I'm Rezlar.
I'm Frosty.
As nobody's really engaged quite yet.
Yep. Oh, there we have been. Oh, was that a triple stun for the Mystic?
And welcome back to the Value Pack. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Value Pack. We took last week off for multiple reasons. You would know that if you were in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord if you want to keep up on what's going on with this podcast and also get news about other things that we're doing. We're still working on figuring out the details of what we want to do for a tournament that is possibly happening in December, maybe later. We're still working it out, but if you want more information on that as soon as we get it figured out, there's only one way to do it, and that's by joining the Discord. We're joined by Nayashe today. Thanks for hanging out with us, Nayashe. Appreciate it.
No problem, no problem. Happy to be here.
So obviously Pearl Abyss had G-Star, the kind of gaming convention like release thing that they did. We are going to talk about all of the trailers and all the games that they announced, including Crimson Desert, obviously. But first, we're just going to go over a couple of like newsworthy stuff first. So first of all, Deeves is out. Deeves, is it called Deeves Adventure Log? Is that what it's called? I don't actually know.
Yeah, I think so. Deeves Adventure Journal.
Deeves Encyclopedia.
He's the storage keeper, dude.
Storage keeper.
It's called Deeves Encyclopedia. Yeah, it's the storage keeper in Alta Nova, right? Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know why they picked him. But
he's the storage keeper everyone loves.
TLDR of Deeves Encyclopedia, you get one free AP for completing it. Do you get any DP? I don't actually know.
No DP, no fail stack, but you do get a free pet fox, the desert fox.
You get a free pet fox and one AP. So if you haven't done it, go do that. Apparently it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but free AP is free AP. So make sure you go and do that.
LT and HP too, dude. You get like 2 LT.
2 LT.
And that could be game breaking for some players.
Yeah, right. Didn't you add that on top of the Tamer passive, dude? Good lord.
True life skill ult.
True life skill ult, dude. All right. Second little piece of news is that apparently Berserk and BDO are doing a crossover promotion. My understanding of the promotion is that Warriors and I think Valkyries are getting Berserk specific outfits, and there's also going to be a special world boss or something.
Yeah, is it? If it is only Zerk and Valk, that's so lame.
Warrior. Did I say
Valk,
Zerker?
sorry. No, you said Berserk. It's called Berserk, sorry, but if it's only Warrior and Valk, that's super lame.
Well, I think it's because it's outfits of characters in the show.
There's a Warrior and a Valkyrie in the show?
Well, Guts is a warrior of sorts. He wields a giant-ass greatsword, so I think that's what they're kind of going for.
But doesn't Gohan have a chakram?
What?
I don't know, dude. I don't watch anime. It's Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah, dude, Dragon Ball Z.
You're pulling too many things in all at once.
When Goku goes berserk, that's the crossover.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm right about this.
I do watch. Wait, not watch. I did watch Pokemon as well. Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. So I am all caught up on the best animes of all time.
Oh, sorry. Apparently it's DK.
Dark Knight and Warrior.
Yeah, I think because there's I'm looking at a picture and it has a Warrior and DK, so I'm assuming it's Warrior and DK. The Warrior outfit, I mean, aside from the greatsword, which is actually fairly close to the greatsword that Guts uses, that outfit looks fucking terrible. So
I think it looks fucking cool. I just wish it was on not just Warrior and DK though. Dude,
I think it looks terrible, but
I like the idea of the crossover thing. Like I'm imagining Goku's outfit on a warrior. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
On a striker.
I figured it'd be more like a striker, yeah.
Yeah.
He
Because
basically
people have already done like Saitama cosplays on their strikers.
But he wears basically like a Buddhist bathrobe, right? With like a red belt.
It's called a gi, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what I just said. I don't know if you misheard me.
Yeah, dude, that's what
Probably.
you said.
That's what I so I said a Buddhist bathrobe, which is long, which is gi is Latin for Buddhist bathrobe, right?
Oh,
Is it really?
there's another piece that we forgot about.
Related to Berserk crossover?
No.
Oh wait,
Are we
hold
done
on.
with Berserk
Wait.
crossover?
Well, is this going to be a thing? I like this idea. I mean, I was just talking with like some people about it. It's kind of lame how few outfits we get in this game. Like that is free money for them. I don't understand why we don't get. We should be getting this shit all the time.
If they can do more like contracts to bring like iconic outfits and like weapons from certain like shows and whatever forms of entertainment, that would actually be really dope. Honestly,
It would.
Sick as fuck.
It would keep the players that are willing to spend money on costumes interested in constantly spending more money on them.
Yeah, says the guy who has every Mabel outfit.
I do not actually. I've only purchased 3 Mabel outfits, and I actually dismantled all of them except for one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I only used parts of it because I used the Aeon Curious one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't even really use my outfits that I did purchase.
That was the Aeon Curious one. Was the crossover for Aeon Janus' stream, right? That was the signature outfit of Aeon Janus.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
what he was wearing whenever he got his pin ogre ring, dude.
Right.
Oh Jesus.
All right.
Wait,
I
what's
don't
the
have
other?
it on the.
What? Yeah.
I don't have it on the list, but that's because I forgot to write it down. BDO Mobile. It's coming out on the 11th of next month.
Oh God! Speaking of money,
So,
I'm gonna play it, dude. I'm gonna play it nice and casually whenever I'm bored to death at work, and I'm gonna do my best to spend exactly $0.
my issue with BDO Mobile is that I think also TFT is coming out on mobile soon, so
Ooh.
I'd rather just play that.
That I'm
Oh,
actually
yeah.
more excited for. But
Yeah,
yeah, that would be fun, dude, on mobile. I don't really
Yeah.
like TFT that much, but on a
what's
phone,
TFT for the viewers?
Team Fight Tactics. It's
There we
League
go.
of Legends auto chess type game.
yeah. I don't even
So
really
that'll
like the
be,
game that much, but on phone, I think it'd be a cool way to kill time.
I did
Yeah.
do the auto chess for Dota 2 for a little bit, but yeah, TF2 TFT.
TF2 on mobile, dude.
Team
coming
Fortress
out.
2, dude.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That'd be amazing. Actually, Team Fortress 2. Oof, man, back in the day, that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. It was fun. I like the Dota 2 version, but yeah, I hear a lot more people are more interested in the TFT version.
Yeah, well, I think League's just a more popular game than Dota at this point. So,
well, I think the Dota auto chess was like kind of similar to Dota, like made by like people, right, within the engine. It wasn't really like developers like up after, but TFT is like a legit production from Riot, so it's just more polished, I guess.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, Black Desert Mobile comes out globally apparently on December 11th. So if you've been looking forward to spending even more money on Pearl Abyss, this time on your phone instead of your PC, you can do that. So that's exciting.
Why don't they just release a game called Pearl Abyss? It's just mostly you got to pay a shitload of money into it.
What, release a game called Pearl Abyss? It's just like a slot machine game on the phone?
It's basically a slot machine game.
Hell yeah.
With some anime moves attached to the slot machine handle whenever you do it. You know, sometimes you get a critical kind of thing.
Okay, I got to complain for a second.
All right.
Off topic, but I meant to talk to you about this earlier, Frosty, but I'm just going to do it now because fuck it.
All right.
There is, I'm not going to say any names, but there's this guy who's been posting a lot of videos to the subreddit lately.
Okay.
And he is legitimately, for the past like month and a half, posted like 2 videos a week to the subreddit. Like, of his videos.
Yeah, but he's
So,
not just.
when's that ban coming?
No. We broke the rules because you caught that. Like, you got all that.
yeah. We broke the rules because
Yeah, and he hasn't. Right? That's just that. It's just the way it is.
Oh, okay. It's just the way it is. Yeah. I'm just sitting here like every other day. I feel like I see a new video from this guy, and I'm not shitting on this guy. Obviously, like I think that rule was.
There's just the lack of
first place.
fairness and
Yeah, but again, going back to before we even started posting, there was the Korean guy or whatever that posted like minimum a video a week on the subreddit. Nobody ever talked to him, and then we do it, and then we get banned and told not to do it anymore. And then now after we stopped posting to Reddit, now this guy's doing it. So where exactly is the line? Is all I'm saying.
Wasn't there some underlining reason, like the individual that was kind of like
so
banning your guys' posts?
The line,
that's more tinfoil.
The line starts and ends with Reslar. Let's be honest here.
The tinfoil that I have is that one of the Reddit moderators was somebody who I got into a bit of a scuffle with in not in game, in Discord, but that we were in the same guild. And so my tinfoil is that this person decided to enforce the rule on us where they normally wouldn't enforce the rule on other people just because they were upset with me. Now, what they claim and what Blue said whenever we had Blue on the show a while back was that this person had nothing to do with the process, blah, 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 blah. But as much as I love Blue and Blue's a great guy, I feel like that might just be a cover-up, but who knows? I don't know. I think that they might be friends and that's trying to save face for this person, basically. But that's my tinfoil.
Well, in fairness, he did also say that someone was reporting our post as spam every time, which is why...
well, yeah, that'll actually get someone's attention. I feel like most CMs, GMs, and like Reddit...
I don't know if
I can't remember what they are.
I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but there is one person, ever since we started this podcast, literally from day one, there has been at least one person that has disliked every single video we have ever put up on this podcast.
The same person?
I don't know. I can't see who it is, but there is always at least one dislike on every single video we have put up since this podcast started.
Well, I mean, that's for the reason that Frosty was arguing with that guy recently.
Well, think about this.
How resilient do you have to be, man? That's crazy.
What's the common denominator in every episode? Reslar's in it. So that's one down.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it is?
He has a point.
You know, they say, like, when they talk about football, they're like, oh, yeah, if you have someone like most players in football are not even worth a point, except for, like, Rob Gronkowski, but quarterbacks are worth, like, 6 points. Reslar's worth -1 point in every podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It makes sense.
Auto dislike.
But seriously, though, like, I don't know. I've never talked about it before, but I realized it maybe around, like, episode 15 or something. I was like...
I feel like most channels kind of deal with that to an extent, to be honest. There's always one out there.
No, but the fact that it's one dislike on every video makes me think that, like, it's one person who's just like, yeah, fuck these guys.
It could be a bot.
Dude,
maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I like the idea that they play the episode and then they hear the I'm Reslar and they're like, and downvote.
they're just waiting for that part to get X'd out.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna be it's just gonna be like dead air and then I'm Frosty and it's like, wait, who's the first person? I'm just doing a solo cast and then that's the first episode that has 0 downvotes.
You get a downvote with 10 seconds watched. You gotta look at the statistics. I wonder if it shows when they start downvoting.
I don't know. I don't care enough to look into it. I just think it's funny. I like to think that it's like one guy that really doesn't like either me and or Frosty and is just super dedicated. They're subscribed and the only reason they are is to downvote every video.
I mean, there's people out there. They're really dedicated to certain things. Some of those things just being.
Wait, is there
specifically
one?
about putting
Is
you
there
down?
a downvote on Tim Allen's episode? Because legend has it that Tim Allen downvotes all our videos if he's not in them.
What?
Just kidding.
Hold on, now I have to check.
Wouldn't that be great if that's the one episode
Genuinely
that doesn't have one?
No,
No,
it
that one's
doesn't.
got to have a bunch.
It has 4, so 4
Oh
times.
no, dude.
What is the most? I'm actually curious now. What is the most disliked?
Can you
I have
sort
to
it by
find out
dislikes?
now if there's any videos of mine that doesn't have a dislike.
I bet you the most disliked one is probably the first one. I'd put money on it.
Oh
Where's the
yeah, for
first
sure.
one?
Oh, the first one's always get some, yeah.
Oh no, it's only at 1. Really?
Same guy. Weird.
Same guy. So he's done it since the beginning. I told you. Let's see. I mean, logic would tell me that it's probably the most popular one that has the most dislikes, right?
Maybe.
No, it only
Yeah.
has 3.
Wow, this
I
is
don't know.
interesting. So the last 5 videos, the most recent video I posted has 3 dislikes, but the other 4 have only 1. I kind of am inclined to think it's a bot or something.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe it's a speed hacker they hate whenever we mention it.
Or it could be like some sort of check that YouTube does just to, kind of mark a video.
YouTube is downvoting our shit.
Yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
it's YouTube.
You did
Oh
say
no.
Rizzler's in it, so
Yeah.
They've done stranger things. I mean,
they must know Rezlar's political affiliation.
Getting
yeah,
downvoted.
dude.
Getting downvoted by the platform itself, man. How sad.
So it seems like, I mean, obviously I haven't gone through them all, but just kind of scouring through the most viewed ones, it seems like the most downvotes or dislikes, whatever you want to call them, has been 6, and that's on a tie actually between Jeffy the Wise and Fake Uniform.
People hate energy and they hate life skilling, and they hate using energy for life skilling, and they hate life skilling when they have energy. That makes sense.
Which is kind of surprising because I didn't expect people to dislike the Jeffy episode, considering we got to talk about something that we literally never cover on this show. Oh, never mind. Holy shit, what happened here? There's 10 dislikes on this episode.
Which one?
Episode 7, out of nowhere.
What? Who was it?
No, we didn't have a guest. We didn't do guests back then.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I think our
Like
first
it's
guest,
clearly there's far too much Rezlar content.
Yeah.
our first guest is episode 8 with Mina. That was our first guest ever. Was episode 8.
Oh, really? We had Mina on before Rainer?
I think. Hold on, let me sort by. We're totally off topic. What the
Yeah, this
fuck?
is a talk about a tangent.
Hold on, I gotta figure this out now. Did we do Rainer first? Oh, we did. We did have Rainer on first. So Rainer was first, and then Mina. But episode 7. What did we talk about here? Hold on. Oh, we laid out what we thought to be the top 5 classes. That's probably it.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
that'll
that's
get some
definitely gonna
downloads.
get some hate. That'll
should-
get some hate.
We should talk about that again today, dude.
You guys are gonna end up with like 20 to 30 downvotes now because we're talking
Yeah.
about how the videos. get
I've now
downvoted.
I've now seen 2 tier lists in the last 2 months that put Maywa 1v1 like at subpar, and it's starting to trigger me.
Yeah, which is
like Steve's video. He gave like so much hate to Maywa. Feels bad.
I don't know.
You know what still bothers me? People are still watching the old tier list video, not the most recent one. Like what?
Well, because
Wait,
they pop
what?
up first from having it, depending on their filter. If they have it so that's the most popular video, then the ones with the most views keep popping up first. So it's just a
Yeah, I mean,
constant
I guess, but it's like,
refeeding into it.
it's out of date. Don't make
mean-
no sense.
It's still relatively close.
I
Yeah.
don't think they really changed the brackets too much in some cases.
I know, dude. I can't wait to do a tier list with Succession out, like fully released.
All right, who
Yes.
lasted more than 5 seconds in a fight? All right, so yeah, that class is number 1.
Oh, only the Maywas who have unlimited super armors now. Nice.
No, we do not. Not even. We get blown up instantaneously. DK is gonna be fucking top of list probably.
Dude.
Oh my
Okay, anyway.
God.
let's get back on the road here.
Alright.
Okay. The last piece of news is in Global Labs. They released or whatever. They're testing a permapot. There's the perma HP pot and a perma resource pot. It seems like it's going to be the same as Compass or Map in Valencia, but it's going to be in Camisilv.
Wait. I thought it was one pot that does both.
No. My understanding is it's two. That's what I read anyway.
With that screenshot, though, showed him like on one tooltip. Or am I crazy?
Frosty, you thought it was
No.
gonna give you both HP and WP
No,
or energy?
Frosty. It's just because the screenshots from my phone and it fucked up the layout.
Oh,
Look,
thanks!
It says,
Oh god.
no. Look, it literally says you can see it's like two different like lines for
Dude.
everything.
I already sold this information to a top flight reporter, dude. Now I'm gonna have to take my story back, tell him I'm a lie.
What? So did you think that the item was called Ornette Spirit Essence, Odor's Spirit Essence, Effect HP plus 275, Effect plus MPSP WP 325, Duration instant, cooldown 2 seconds, cooldown 6 seconds?
Yeah, well, I thought it was
You
obviously.
thought that was one thing?
I thought it was a translation error, of course. Okay, so 2 separate pots. That actually makes more sense.
Yeah, it's 2 separate pots, an HP and then a resource pot. The HP pot is on a 2-second cooldown. It gives you 275. The resource pot is on a 6-second cooldown, and it gives you 325. So, and what I mean by permapot, in case you don't understand that lingo, is it's a pot that you can have in your inventory and that you can put on your bar and put on your ferry. And when you consume it, it won't go away, but it's only one pot. So you can just keep reusing it over and over and over and over again for infinity.
Yep. No stack size or anything. Nothing to purchase.
Yep.
You just got to find the item, right?
Which is fantastic for people like me that are builders for their guild. So I can
Yeah, it
carry
saves a
more
lot of
weight.
LT.
Yeah.
We
I'm
should.
surprised they didn't think about this feature sooner. Like, I kind of feel like they started going that direction with a number of different things before.
For
but
those
they-
of us who do have weight and never plan on building for the rest of our lives, can we do like an exchange program where I can exchange my weight for pearls back?
Yeah, dude, you want a pearl back?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the only reason I have weight is for pots and Node War and Siege.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only reason I bought weight too. But
That's generally, I mean, in grinding, but most people kind of just do a whole bunch of.
the
things to
thing
find
is you can. I mean, there's no anything that says this can only be used in Node Wars. So now DKs have nothing to complain about. They can just get the resource pot and they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. They still can complain about gaps, dude. That's their favorite thing.
Oh yeah, the gaps, of course.
They're the only class in the whole game that has ever been caught in a super armor.
Yeah, just like I don't
I'm
wanna
sorry,
get-
DK. So you guys, your gaps are they're there. I'm told. I can't find them. I spent a lot of time trying to find one on IMQ, but
I mean, I can personally attest to catching a lot of DKs between gaps as a Maywa.
well,
Mostly because
Maywa's-
Red Moon, I just Red Moon on top of their Wheel of Fortune, I think it is, and one of their other melee AoE abilities when they try to transition between them. I think it's mostly ping and desync that kind of
You have-
causes it.
Well, that and Maywas have super armor pierce.
Apparently, we have a new ability called Super Arm Pierce. That would be amazing.
Dude, what if they introduced that mechanic to the game? What if they gave abilities super
Then-
armor pierce?
Then they need to give us back.
fucking should.
then they need to give us back all of our super armors from the old days if that ever happened.
I honestly figured that would probably be the most ideal approach. Have certain abilities that have, innate features like that, like only off cooldown type abilities.
Like a grapple.
Grapple.
Yeah, like those
yeah,
things.
Yeah, like your grappling arrow. Have Meiwa and Moose have a ranged grab.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a little OP.
Do you get an empowered grappling arrow in succession? Please tell me you do.
No,
Oh,
unfortunately.
That's
We don't get any
upsetting.
empowered arrows. I thought that would have been a cool feature for them to add, but it kind of would have sounded probably a little much. Like all of a sudden we just do decapitation 3 times, and then we can do like a Moose's Rabam shot, quick shot. That'd be pretty dope. But
All right, enough with the minor news stuff. Although that is very exciting. Apparently I'm the only person that's like super hyped for the Permapot.
No,
I am so
I'm
ready
excited
for
about it. I think it'll be cool.
I'm pretty happy about it. I think it's a good thing for a lot of players. Like you guys were discussing, it's an LT saver, and
It's huge for new
Dude.
players, dude.
It's
yeah, it's huge for
also-
new players. Saves a lot of money, probably.
We'll save a lot of time with fairies too, like not having to switch to RBF and normal pots and
God.
accidentally burning your normal pots. And
Yeah. That's pretty aids, especially for me. That I go to the BA all the time in between grinding because I can't stand grinding.
my concern is like, are we gonna have to, if we have to grind for it, like the map piece or the compass piece, are we gonna be like, all right, so part 1 is on average about 1,000 hours of grinding to find it.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Because I started grinding Histria like like occasionally, like an hour a day or so, like in like early 2018, dude, and I still don't have the Elton piece. So.
You know what that means then? It's not going to be viable for newer players, probably, unless you could sell it on the marketplace, which those items you can't, right? So.
Right.
All right, let's move on to the stuff that everyone cares about, and that is the 4 games announced by Pearl Abyss at G-Star. So we have the trailers for Shadow Arena, Plan 8, DokeV, and Crimson Desert here in front of us. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to watch the trailers, give our thoughts on them, give our opinions on them, and yeah, we're just going to talk about it. So obviously the biggest one is Crimson Desert, but yeah, we'll get to that. First one is Shadow Arena. Do you guys have it up on your screen?
You got it. There's an unboxing of sorts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do we'll
So-
do live commentary on what we think's interesting.
I should state, I have seen all of these trailers because I actually watched the stream when it was going on. And then I also watched the Crimson Desert one and the Plan 8 one a little bit later because I was interested in those. But Frosty and Nayashe have only seen the Crimson Desert. They haven't seen any of these other trailers. So this will be their first reaction to the trailers. Maybe we can work that into the title somehow. I don't know. But all right, we got it at 0-0, boys.
Ready.
0-0.
All right, let it go on. Go 3, 2, 1, go. This is Shadow Arena, the Shadow Arena trailer,
Yeah.
which is now a standalone game.
Imagine watching a trailer for a game that was out a year ago.
Not only that, it was shut down because they couldn't control the hackers.
Yeah, right.
It's got a bad stigma with it already.
Hopefully, we all have ad blocks so no one gets cucked by ads.
I have YouTube Red, dude. Dude, this looks kind of.
Well, they already
this looks
changed
different.
the map.
Yeah, the
a
map
little
is
bit.
different. The mobs are different too. Those are new.
Yeah, they added different types of mobs.
Did you notice the characters though?
Yeah,
They
just
have
all
this
speed
similar kind of
hackers.
stuff.
There's a speed hacker.
Yeah, dude, they're all.
the Zerker doing the constant like
Wait.
left click slash.
Was that a tamer that just teleported?
No, Kuno.
Oh, it was Kuno's.
Oh, you just see this Sork murder some poor tamer after she just got a unique.
Oh, that sucks. Getting frigid fogged or frozen. Damn. I mean, it looks cool, I guess.
It looks what you would expect from Shadow Arena after we've already played it before.
Yeah,
boss.
dude, right. Well,
You see
not
that
really.
new
It's
boss
just
Frosty?
it's a
Yeah.
reskinned Red Nose.
It's like a reskinned red what's
Red
his face?
Nose.
Red Nose.
Yeah.
What, you come up with that yourself, Nayashe?
No, I had the sound up, so I didn't hear you say that.
Dude, I think it doesn't even have a face, dude. It's a no-nose. Oh, Maywa. Look at
No-nose.
Maywa. Look at Maywa has gaps too.
Oh
You saw
man,
that?
she's getting murdered by this warrior. That's an accurate representation.
Yeah. If you want to know what balance is like, watch Shadow Arena trailer, dude.
Ooh man, that's
Ooh.
a sinister look.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that Dexter Morgan is the warrior.
Fucking
Now I
who?
wonder what they showed at the end. I wonder if that was just like a dramatized thing for the trailer, or if maybe like the last two get teleported to like this middle arena to duke it out in a 1v1 kind of thing.
All right, so that was the Shadow Arena trailer. I had the sound down just in case it comes through over us. I don't know, but
And you don't come with your own ideas like I did.
I'm guessing it was like in a world where there's no rewards, so no need to speed hack.
So there's a couple things to point out the differences between this game and the original or whatever. The biggest one that I noticed immediately as soon as the trailer started was that they actually have specific characters from Black Desert as the characters, which is kind of interesting. So you're no longer generic warrior, bro. Now you're Jordine, which is the guy in Heidel.
Now you're Kevin.
Oh yeah, actually you're not wrong.
Yeah, and then the Berserker is Schultz.
Oh, the whole
Yeah.
grind zone?
No, no. The grind zone is named after.
He's
a
named after the
Berserker
belt?
in the game.
He's just a belt. The Berserker's
yeah.
just a belt and a shitty neck, dude. Nice.
So and the Sork is Ahon Kiris, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So that's
I guess that kind of makes sense.
The other thing that I noticed towards the end of the trailer, when the Maywa and the warrior are fighting, you can see the warrior do this move where he jumps in the air and then slams his sword into the ground. That's not an ability that warriors have in BDO.
Not yet.
So it looks like, unless I'm just seeing this animation wrong, it looks like they actually have different skills than we do in BDO.
I think
Or that they can have different skills.
It looked just like 200% ground slam to me.
No, there's no jump
I'm just
animation.
kidding.
Also, I've never seen, if you go back to that Kuno, I don't know what this move is where she jumps off of the roof and then
Falls. I think that's just her F skill, but I don't know.
But it did an animation like what's the thing where you slam your hand on the ground and it shoots the shit out in front of you? I don't remember the name of that ability.
Shadow explosion.
No. Kuno, not Sork.
Yeah, shadow explosion. It's called shadow. Shift F?
I don't
Like
know.
smoke comes out of the ground, like black and white smoke?
No, the green. And ninjas use it in their combos all the time.
Green.
Shackles. Isn't that what it's called?
Oh yeah, you're talking about yeah.
She like jumps off of the roof.
It does a slow effect. Usually
Yeah.
they put it in the combos.
Yeah, she jumps off of the roof, and then whenever she lands on top of the wish, it does like the shackles animation.
All right. I have to apologize to everyone. Any Kunos who are listening, Reslar thinks that Kunos use that skill because I slow debuff him with it, but most Kunos don't use that ability. But I like to use it because
Also,
it triggers people that have to move.
another point that I find really funny in this trailer is the Zerker using Lava Piercer and still getting froze by the witch, which is a pretty accurate representation of how Lava Piercer works, in all honesty.
It said right there in parentheses, this Zerker recording was with Reslar's ping.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Mildly interesting, couple changes, but ultimately, I don't think anybody really cares.
Is it going to cost anything?
Probably.
The thing is that I don't understand is people played it because it was pretty fun and gave you rewards for the game that you already enjoyed. So
Right.
I don't know that people will play it, but we'll see.
I doubt people will, but
If they don't get enough player base for it, it'll die really quickly.
yep.
Plan 8.
Plan 8. Let's move on.
Plan
Are
8.
we on? Are everybody on Plan 8? 0, 0,
0
0?
0.
0 0 0.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
This one I'm a little more
Nice.
excited for because
This is the shooter.
I know what Shadow Arena is. I might have to do sound on. Oh, that's too loud. Sorry, everybody.
That's unfortunate. Bit of plane crashing overhead.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Actual
That's what I would
gameplay
describe
footage.
that as. Yeah, actual in-game footage, dude. Definitely not just cutscenes in the game.
Dude, it looks like Anthem.
What happened to the first 7 plans?
Dude,
This shit just went wrong.
dude, I like that speedboat spinning around, and I just think about
they
our
took-
water mechanics.
Yeah, they took the running on the walls mechanic from what's
Titanfall. Yeah,
Titanfall, yeah.
dude, this looks kind of cool actually.
I'm actually kind of interested in this.
I like the weird like exosuits. They're kind of cool.
It's got like a junkyard. Whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
Threw a sword out like a scorpion tail, kind of.
All right. I'm not buying the car doors blocking that many bullets, but all right.
The very sturdy car doors.
Ooh.
What the hell? That was a scorpion thing, or a octopus-looking thing.
Yeah, she's learning his animals during this trailer.
Yeah, I am.
Oh shit, dude.
He didn't seem at all concerned about the airplane, so I feel like that was Plan 8.
Not again.
Everything else they did, they couldn't kill what they were trying to kill, so he just threw a fucking plane at it.
I mean, I have no idea what I just looked at, but some of the scenes look kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay actually looks pretty interesting. I guess like you said, Frosty, I'm just not really sure what I'm looking at yet, like as far as story or anything like that.
Their description of this game is that it's an, if I remember correctly, it is an open world exosuit shooter. Is I believe
Open?
what they described it as. Open world.
That
So-
sounds pretty neat.
So is it gonna be like a loot shooter, like Division kind of thing? That actually
That
would be
is
fun.
literally the first thing that came to mind when I saw this trailer. I was like, this literally looks like The Division.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that would be fun. I think.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, here's the thing: as much as they can say that we're looking at gameplay, you have to assume that none of this is gameplay. That being said, there are things that you can tell from this. It looks like it's going to be third person, so not first person like Destiny. Looks like you can have several different types of like exo quote unquote suits, even though there's a lot of them that it's only on like their arms or their legs and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Or a backpack with an
Like
extended
it
arm.
looks like there's a lot of customization.
Wait, hold on.
For sure.
I'm the opposite. I don't feel like you have to assume none of this is gameplay. I'm gonna assume all of it is gameplay and then be disappointed later.
That's a very optimistic approach.
Yeah. I'll be pleasantly
Um,
surprised if this is. I mean, it doesn't look that good that it wouldn't be gameplay, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Looks like
it's
fairly normal graphics.
it's
to me.
gameplay. Again, it's gameplay, but it's cutscenes of the game.
Yeah,
There's
but I mean,
what-
it looks how. I mean, it looks to me like a sample of what the gameplay will look like, though.
I mean, even cutscenes
Which-
technically are just gameplay.
Yeah, it looks
And
to me
yes,
just
but
like
my point
Division.
is you can't get a feel for like how it's going to look from your end, like through
Yeah,
these types
I mean,
of trailers.
You can't know for sure, but you get. I feel like you get an idea.
I get what you're saying.
He's being negative, Nancy. All right, let's move on to DokeV. I will play the shit out of that if it's a looter, though. By the way, I actually love looters.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
a big
think
fan
this is
of.
I think this is the one that people are really hyped for. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean,
I'm
it looks
not
interesting.
like super into shooters, but with the element of like the exosuits and stuff, that could make it fun.
Yeah. Because it looks like you got a lot of diverse combat. You don't have to shoot, for example. You can get up close.
Yeah.
And
Well,
use your
scorpion.
octopus legs and.
Do you think the scorpion tail thing that pops out goes through super armor?
That would probably be a for sure.
I like the guy that jumps out of the window and then has a backpack that turns into like a fucking hover thing that looks like something that
Yeah.
a Spider-Man villain would have.
That looked cool.
Yeah.
I just like that scorpion tail thing that like whipped out and grabbed the dude. Oh, that was sick.
Yeah. No, that was pretty interesting. They definitely took a lot of elements from a few different games. I can see for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. So now we got DokeV. So this is another open world MMO. We don't have a lot of information about it, but apparently it's like a collectible thing. You're supposed to collect these creatures and I guess do battle with them. I don't know. They didn't really talk too much about it, but
Open world Pokemon?
Pokemon.
I'm in, dude.
this literally, when you watch this trailer, first of all, you're gonna see a lot of dollar signs. I don't mean literally. I mean you'll see what I mean. Secondly, if the immediate impression of this isn't Korean knockoff Pokemon MMO, I don't know what to say. All right, we on 0, boys.
We on 0.
3, 2, 1, go. This is. I hope you guys are ready to see. I mean, you
I'm
just
actually kind of impressed with the graphics of the cinematic so far.
Tell me how much money you think this stuff that you're about to see is going to cost. Also, there's a Black Spirit Easter egg in here at the beginning.
Oh my god! Of course there is.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, his Black Spirit eye cover.
Yeah, the Black Spirit
Wow.
mask, dude.
Of course they had to weave that in.
It's literally Pokemon. The hat and everything,
definitely.
right?
What makes you say that? You haven't seen any Pokemon yet. How
I
do you
know,
say
but it's the
Pokemon?
hat. It's like literally
After
the
you
same.
described it, and then
Even even the city designed. Oh my. Okay.
Oh, wow.
No. Oh no.
This is gonna get them sued.
Dude, I was hoping that they would look more like ferocious. Those monsters look horrible.
I think you mean to say adorable.
No, a horrible. I love the music though.
That's not bad. Oh yeah, you can fully customize your guys.
Oh, that's where Rez saw his dollar signs.
Yeah.
I will say, I think this is the best trailer out of all of them, honestly.
Well, see,
I mean,
here's the funny
looks
thing.
pretty good, but
This is the first trailer of all of them that I feel like I'm not seeing any actual gameplay footage.
What the-
This whole thing just looks like a cinematic.
yeah. I was about to say something similar, but yeah. The angry face.
That
on
Pokemon
thing.
is
And he's
called-
shooting.
Magnacone.
Magnacone. Bitch got a vacuum cleaner. What's up?
Oh, dude.
For real.
Oh, right in the
Damn.
nuts, dude. This song.
Tell you what, if they get the graphics to be like this in the actual game, I bet you it'll do well. But this is obviously cinematic or a CGI and shit.
Mm.
Wait, he was trying to kill the Pokemon Master. You're not supposed to do that.
Really, the duck has a toothbrush and a screwdriver.
I mean, your duck doesn't.
Dude, what is happening?
Why are they throwing stars? Where's the Pokeballs?
Where's the Pokeballs, dude?
Oh yeah, we just pick up energy sources for our community.
They're
right
just
on the ground.
sitting on the ground. Hey, someone dropped their energy source. I like that name for it.
Interesting.
Dude, I want to live
mean-
there in real life. The place looks so beautiful. All right.
I have mixed feelings. I feel like all of the pearls that I've spent my money on has gone towards a fake Pokemon. And I'm really disappointed.
Oh no.
I mean, if you're gonna troll me, at least give me the real thing.
I can't get over that duck, dude.
Let me relive my childhood dream. Jesus.
Now, obviously, the most obvious thing about this is that I like you guys said, I don't think any of that was gameplay. I think the only part where they said actual gameplay was like at the very beginning, like the.
Oh, did it have a
scene.
spot that said that? Oh, let me see.
Yeah. Let me see.
I actually didn't even see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
say it.
right.
I'm looking now.
No, right when you see the main girl, right when you see the character girl, it says actual in-game footage on the bottom right.
All right, let's see. After she takes off the scuba outfit or something?
30 seconds. No, 30 seconds when you see
Okay.
the main girl.
All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh. Okay, I could see it indoors.
Yeah.
Actual in-game footage. I mean,
Yeah, it reminds
if
me of
it's
like Grand
single
Theft Auto.
player,
Yeah, it seems like
maybe.
single player type graphics. Okay.
So
'cause
yeah,
like, for multiplayer, there's just the technology just really isn't that great for multiplayer right now for them to be able to support that kind of graphics. So usually they got to dumb it down for multiplayer.
Yeah, especially this is only coming to the Wii U. I'm pretty sure.
What? What?
it does look like a Wii game, doesn't it?
Right.
Actually, yeah, I can kind of see it.
All
but
right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Knockoff Pokemon MMO, basically.
Yeah, it looks okay.
It's.
We should
I
probably
still
talk
feel they're gonna
about.
get sued.
We should probably after the Crimson Desert trailer, since we're watching cartoons, we should probably talk about the new Sonic trailer.
Yeah, we
Oh, yeah, actually,
It was kind
Um,
of fascinating.
it looks better. It looks better.
But when that dude on that part where that dude was changing like his outfit in his room and everything, how
Yeah.
much money you guys think each one of those transitions costed?
36.
I mean-
$36 exactly.
At least $100 minimum for every single time that changed.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, good lord. And the thing is like this game is obviously marketed to kids, right? So like,
Oh yeah.
dude, they are gonna make so much money
Do you-
off of kids. On
I
this
want to
game.
see in this trailer someone in the background that's just wearing an ugly, disgusting, like low resolution Dimtree.
Oh,
Yeah.
The poor kid that's wearing Dimtree, dude, because his dad won't buy him pearls.
or you'll have kids wearing the fucking ghillies, but since it's a cityscape, it'll just be like trash can type design.
Nick Y says, looks better than Yokai Watch or Pokemon. This will be the next huge media franchise. How do I invest?
Alright, that trailer made me miss guild buffs, so I'm pissed.
Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I mean, what's there to say? You know?
Yeah, it looks
All right.
interesting. All this shit's so far out that it's hard to... Alright.
Yeah.
Let's look at the only thing people actually give a shit about, which is, of course, the Crimson Desert official trailer. Now, you guys have seen this before, and probably most people who play BDO have seen this already, but we're gonna watch it again anyways. We had 0.
We had 0.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now, this one I have already seen. I thought it was pretty sick. The way everything
Yeah, I
looked.
mean, it looks like they definitely incorporate more bloody combat in this, and more of the chaos of a large fight.
Yeah.
None of these guys have super armor.
It looks like it almost the combat right there. I mean, obviously, like you say, we don't see. This looks like gameplay footage to me.
Yes, that actually
that
I can
just looks
see
like
that
a
being
game.
in-game footage because of how BDO is.
Right. Like that just looks like BDO when you're not on optimal. Dude, these landscapes look sick though. They actually
Oh
look
yeah,
really
Yeah,
it
they
looks
do.
very, very good.
But that combat in the beginning reminded me a little bit of For Honor.
Call it the pride of a northerner.
I could see that. because of just the chaos surrounding it. Now this is literally that's BDO right there. That's
Trent.
Yeah.
That's literally Trent.
Up north, we have our own.
The character customizations probably are very similar to, and they have giants too. Or at
This
least,
is also the only trailer of them all that has like English.
yeah, that's actually the interesting
No,
part.
Dubs.
Ryan Ain't had
Oh,
the
did it? That was the
character
only one I
thing.
had muted, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, did I have
I
it?
had the music.
Plan 8
No, I
at the
had
very
Shadow.
end, the guy was like, "Not again, damn it."
Yeah. This one has a lot of talking in it though.
Yeah, this one is.
Yeah, it does.
This one you can tell they definitely put emphasis on.
Dude,
the
my
story.
costume, dude. I want that outfit
Dude,
in
I
BDO.
want to be the jester. That jester looks dope.
Who cares if we die?
Apparently they don't care. If we
This
die.
boss, the boss that comes out of the water, looks sick
Yeah.
as fuck.
Dude, all of the bosses that come out in this fucking shit look cool. The alligator thing, the wolf thing, they all look really sick.
Look at us. Beaten, shamed, and hunted.
That's Muskin, right?
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You nearly died out there.
Like a big monster-fied Muskin.
Macduff, you
And that's a Zerker.
leader.
This guy's gonna assassinate some bitches. That's what I want to do. I want to fucking throw wagons at people.
That dragon, the way it landed, it looked sick
Oh
too.
yeah, it
Dude,
was.
that snake! Yeah, these monsters look dope, dude.
This is BDO before we had level 55 as being easy to reach. You go to like fucking Camisylvia and everything was like deadly.
Crimson Desert.
It's also named after the same game, which leads me to
Yeah.
just feel like,
like-
it's related. Yeah, I mean,
If they don't have a red desert, I feel like they're gonna disappoint a lot of fans.
Well, they said when they originally started making this game that they were going to make it a prequel to Black Desert, but apparently while they were developing it, they kind of got further and further away from Black Desert. So now it's still technically a prequel to Black Desert, but it's not the same story at all. It's basically just like the same world, but like way before Black Desert like existed. Black Desert Online.
Yeah,
story.
I didn't even see a oh god, I went straight to Lazy Peons video of the Pokemon game. I don't know. It's like you didn't even see a Black Spirit in there. So yeah, obviously they took it in a different direction entirely, like you said.
Yeah. So apparently the only connection to this to BDO, as far as the world is concerned, is it's in the same world, in the same universe, but way, way, way before any of the events of Black Desert Online take place. So I think they said that aside from a couple like kind of like cameos, you're really not going to see anything. So like maybe we'll see fucking old man Bartali like as a young adventurer or something, you know?
Or maybe if they have the original storage keeper in Heidel. The hell's that guy's name?
dude,
Crude Horn or whatever.
The original voice actor for the dwarf.
I can't
storage
get
keeper.
over how sick the snake looks that comes out of that water.
Dude, like the creatures
it
look
looks good.
really menacing and dangerous.
Yeah, dude. Even that moose creature, dude, in the snow. Also, that snow
Yeah.
scene in the very beginning looks.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's
dude,
really
it looks
nice.
so nice.
Yeah. So let's talk about what this game is. So they said that I believe they did state that this is going to be the same combat as BDO. I believe I read that somewhere. Can't for the life of me remember where, but
Well, where half the
essentially
classes are unbalanced and the other half are
Oh,
mediocre.
here we go. Mewa, mewa, mewa.
yeah. Apparently it is an MMO with a single player story campaign that you can play. So people are kind of guessing that how this is going to function is similar to Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA, where you have a single player and then you have the MMO aspect, and they're like kind of completely separate, basically. Now, obviously, in this trailer, I mean, as far as we can tell, anyway, this is all single player story, and I think that they said that after the trailer on stream. They said what you just saw was the story of Crimson Desert, blah blah blah. Follow Macduff, which is like the main guy that you see on the cover and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, the world that it's set in, not only does it look very similar to BDO, it honestly looks better than BDO to me.
I would argue that I agree with that. I mean, like as far as the environment, how those scenes.
I mean, look
were,
at this.
Pretty amazing.
Look at the fucking go to fucking 32 when it transitions to the snow.
Mm-hmm.
That is
really
breathtaking.
nice. Yeah, it looks fucking cool. And the scene
Yeah.
right after the snow too. I agree. Like, and in video, not in picture, because you can get pictures like that in video, like screenshots, but you can't get like.
But look, even in this, look at the scene after that where it's of the landscape. You see
Yeah.
the tiny house with the
Yeah.
smoke coming out of it at the bottom. You can get shots like this in BDO, but look
And
at the sky. You
and
do
that
not get a
cast-
sky like that in BDO.
No, you're not wrong. And the castle scene at like 50 seconds in. Now that sky actually makes me think more of how BDO sky is currently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks
But
very similar. to
the scenery is pretty nice.
Now,
Yeah.
they did say apparently all of these games are being ran on the same engine, which is apparently,
Oh fuck the netcode.
No.
excuse me,
A
an
new engine
improvement.
that's the same. They're all running
Yes,
on the
yes, yes.
same new engine, separate
Correct,
from
yes.
BDO.
It's an improvement. It's an improvement on. So they basically took the engine that runs BDO and they worked on it. They improved it supposedly, and that is what all of these games are running on. So yeah, I mean, it's supposed to just be BDO engine but better.
In one of the Q&As I saw, they were saying that they feel limited in Black Desert's engine, and that this one they can just do so much more. So, dude,
So yeah, they definitely scrapped BDO then.
I don't think I don't even think it's the same team, honestly.
Yeah, it's probably not the same team, but
They scrapped BDO.
here's the thing. No.
They
Here's
just gave
the
us
thing.
succession, said good luck, guys.
No. Here's the thing. They said flat out that Crimson Desert is the next flagship title
Yep.
for Pearl Abyss.
Mhm.
That means
Therefore,
that Crimson Desert is 100% their main game when it comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2 years.
Therefore, scrap
Yes.
BDO.
Correct. But like I was
So-
saying this in the Discord, in the Value Pack Discord. If you're not in there, join it. I don't have there's a lot of people that are upset, and I don't know how you guys feel personally. There's a lot of people that feel like it's too early, but when it comes out, BDO will already have been out in North America for 5 or 6 years, 5 at a minimum, but maybe 6. Like, to me, that is
That's pretty
plenty
long.
of time to like have a sequel. I don't know, man. Like, I can't be starting an MMO when I'm 60, dude. Eventually, I have to have a kid, you know?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean-
here's the thing. I really think call me fucking cynical or whatever.
Cynical.
I'm more and more starting to believe that BDO is kind of beyond salvation at this point. I think it's just gone too far. They'll never be able to like really turn it around. It's just, I don't know. I
In
feel
what-
like they
in what
lost
sense?
like player count and stuff.
Because of Arcade? Or what do you
No, just because of everything over the course of its fucking history. It got a big boon when Steam came out, but aside from that, it's just kind of been slowly declining more and more and more.
I
So
don't know where
I think,
you get that. I completely disagree. But go on.
yeah, dude, yeah, just go look at the guilds dying and know how many nodes are being
Yeah,
sniped,
no,
and then
right-
tell me that we
right-
still have a plentiful player base.
Right now, well, there is a plentiful player base, but right now we're definitely in a downturn for sure. But it's like of this last recent month. If you remember, after Steam, long after Steam launch, during the before we got the new server, when everyone was disconnecting constantly, that was like the all-time low of the game.
Well, that was just because people couldn't play.
Yeah, but they couldn't play for like months, so people quit and left to play different games. And then like after Dregan came out, like a little while after Dregan came out, like a lot more people started playing again. And then when Shadow Arena came out, it got a huge boost. Like it definitely has gone through ups and downs. It's not just been a steady decline at all.
Yes, but I think my point is, I think that it is time to start focusing on like the next thing. I honestly think this is the right move. I think it's time to start trying to put focus on their next game, and then whenever that
I am
comes out,
not in disagreement with that. I think that's fair.
whenever Crimson Desert comes out, they probably won't like kill BDO. They won't put it in the dirt, but they'll probably put a skeleton crew on it just to kind of keep like bullshit events running or whatever for like another couple years until like everybody moves to Crimson Desert, and then they'll officially shut down BDO. Probably, I'm gonna guess 2025, 2026. You'll see BDO not exist anymore.
Games
Well,
do not shut down. This is not
I
how
mean-
it works, man. Like games sit playing forever, even with very few people.
But if they have another MMO, that's just BDO, but
Yeah, but-
supposedly better.
But like Diablo 2 is still around.
Yeah, Diablo 2 literally lasted another 15 years
Like
or longer.
Yeah, but
I
isn't
mean,
that because everyone hated Diablo 3?
That's partly true.
well, for a
but-
while, yeah, but then Diablo 3 became way more popular. Like the thing is, like, look at like that Star Wars the Old Republic. Like that shit's still kicking. Like people are still playing.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's still like these old ass games that are like MMOs that still have like, I don't know, 500 people playing that still kick around. I don't think it's just gonna be shut like a hard shutdown. I just don't see it.
Well,
I mean,
But here's the bigger issue.
now
Here's the bigger
2025 is a long time from now, though. 6 years.
It
So
is,
that
yeah.
wouldn't be that crazy, to be honest. But
But here's the bigger issue. If a majority of the people playing this game go to Crimson Desert, this
Yeah.
game is literally carried by its community. So
mhm.
if there's no community, then there's no game.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But there's also regions outside of NA that have a tiny player base, and they're all still playing. Like South
mean-
America does not have what we have at all.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
they do not.
Yeah. So if we can survive all the way until
I don't
there's,
care about South America. I care about NA.
but it doesn't. But the game will still be alive. Is my point. Whether you care about South America or not, even if there's 1/10 the
my-
player base.
Okay, but what is alive?
Like people play the game. Like if you enjoy the game, you can keep playing. That's it. That's all I mean.
But if there's no fight, if there's no like, if there's only like 3 siege guilds,
Mhm.
like why are you playing?
South America, dude. I don't know
I-
why, but they do.
I'm not convinced that anyone plays South America. Only people
Dude!
that are actually whaling play South America.
I know you troll the Reddit, and people on Reddit are constantly posting about South America server. People out there's a
I'm
bunch of
pretty
highlight
sure
videos
only-
from South America
I'm
server.
pretty
from their
sure
Node
only
Wars.
cartel members play in South America.
Okay. Look, I'm just my thing is like I'm okay with moving on to a new game. I think it's
I am.
now's
Yeah.
an okay time to tease it, but not give too much so people can still play and not feel bad. And then in a year and a half or
Yeah.
2 years when it comes out, like cool. I played BDO for 4 years. That's enough.
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
Yeah,
I don't
think-
want to play WoW for 16 years, dude. And so they're like, hey, it was so good. You guys don't understand. Come back.
I'm thinking Crimson Desert probably releases 2021, honestly, at which point BDO will have been around. I mean, when did BDO come out in KR? Wasn't it
2014, yeah.
So
Well,
BDO will have been around for fucking 7 years, 8 years,
Actually,
whatever.
I think 2015 and 2016 for
2015?
us, yeah.
Is that what it was? Was it 1 year later?
Yeah, we got it, well, about a year later.
Either way, like BDO will have been around for a decent chunk of time, and it definitely would not be a bad move to move on to the next adventure, so to
Oh,
speak.
December 2014 is when it came
Oh,
out in
okay, so
Korea.
almost 2015.
Yeah.
But that being said, apparently they are hoping rather to get a beta test for Plan 8 and Crimson Desert out sometime next year. So look forward to that and check that out if you're interested in trying that out. We have no idea what the multiplayer of Crimson Desert will be like. Like I said, I'm 99% sure everything that we saw in the trailer is single-player story-based, so nobody has any idea what the multiplayer is like. We do know that apparently it does have PvP in it, and it is faction-based, is also another thing that they said.
Mm-hmm.
So think like WoW, kind of, I guess. I don't know.
If
Kind
you
of weird.
can't deck on people in your own faction, oh my god.
Yeah, it's
You got to
gonna
be able to, because there's so many trolls on your own faction. You just got to kill them.
Not to get off topic, but we should probably mention. I don't think we've had a podcast since that letter came out where they talked about the Karma and the Arena PvP for BDO.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did just release that, didn't they?
I thought we talked about that. Did we not?
No, we haven't. We haven't done a
That's
show in 2
really
weeks.
recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. We can talk about that. That's fine. The last, I do want to share my tinfoil with the people though.
All right, let's
I
hear
already
the
told you
tinfoil.
guys about it.
All right.
With
So my tinfoil. At first, I read it. Somebody said it. I think in the YouTube comments on the video. I think I was kind of like, I don't know if that's the case. But then the more I read up about the game, Crimson Desert, that is, thought about it, I'm full in now. The tinfoil is that the trailer and their speech and what they've released, like information about Crimson Desert, was intentionally made to be super confusing and vague as to what the game is actually supposed to be and what the game is like, so that people don't feel like there's no reason to play BDO anymore. That's the tinfoil. So the reason why they didn't show MMO gameplay, the reason why they didn't talk about the MMO aspect like at all at the G-Star, they literally just said, yeah, it's gonna be an MMO that has more traditional MMO content, which puts more of a focus on PvE. They didn't talk about PvP at all in the game. I think what they're trying to make people believe is, no, this definitely is not the next BDO. It feels a completely different niche than BDO. But I think it is definitely just going to be BDO 2. They just don't want to say it.
It will be. It will be.
They just don't want to say it because they don't want people to stop playing.
Yeah, I just don't see how it can't be their BDO 2. I mean, they literally named the damn thing the opposite faction.
Yeah. I mean, I agree it is their BDO 2. I don't know if the combat's going to be different or feel different, but I don't agree with the tinfoil at all, because literally they had 4 trailers and all of them were vague as fuck, and only one of them's really related to BDO. And the other thing is, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, historically when a new MMO has been announced, like, what game in the past has instantly died because a sequel's coming out? Is that even a thing that happens? I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of a game that died immediately after its sequel was released.
Not released, announced.
Why is it all or nothing?
Well, died in your
referring
perspective.
To the community itself is gone. There's literally maybe 500 people left.
I've definitely seen it before, because when fucking Modern Warfare 2 came out and Treyarch stopped giving a shit about World at War went to shit because it just got filled with hackers and the devs didn't care about it.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I said when an announcement. When Modern Warfare 2 was announced, did everyone stop playing the other game?
No.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, why would they...
Why are you referring to an announcement, though?
Well, because he just said that they didn't show us everything because they didn't want people to quit BDO. That was his tinfoil.
I said that they're worried about it. I'm not saying that that's if they came out and said, yeah, this is BDO 2, that this game would die instantly. I'm saying that that's what they're worried about. Because I don't think, even if they came out and said, yeah, it's BDO 2, I don't think this game would die. Or, honestly, I don't think this game would even see a significant drop in player base, because what are people going to go play?
I mean, it could just be they don't want the stigma of all the bad things that are
I think
incorporated in BDO to stick to this new game, and people have prejudices on what they feel this game's going to be like before they even get a chance to try it.
If they came out and literally said, "Hey, this is BDO 2," I think you would see almost no change in this game aside from maybe a change in the market because people would probably grind less. Like that's literally it. You would still see wars being exactly the same as they are now. You would still see Siege being the shit show that it is. Because like, what else are people? There's nothing better out. I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah, I just think I think more. It's hard for developers because they always get burned when they make promises and they can't commit to them. That's why I feel like every time I see a trailer lately, I feel like it's vague as fuck. Like even the Diablo thing, like Diablo 4, showed so little, but they said they've been working on it for almost 2 years. So I know they have more than just getting to level 10. But like what happened last time is they showed a bunch of game systems and then the actual game came out and they changed their mind on some that they didn't think were good. And everyone's like, well, where are these? Those seemed way cooler. So I feel like they can't show you anything unless they know for sure that's what's coming.
Well, also they don't want to show everything because they want you to like experience it.
Be hyped for next year, dude.
They don't want to be like, hey, here's like 2 years out. They don't want to show gameplay of it so that you can see every single thing that happens in the game. You know?
Right. I can't find that.
Bad business.
That announcement, by the way, I forget where it was. The letter that talked about
That's a good question.
I
had the link. Let me find it.
Yeah, maybe it got taken down.
Maybe they realized they didn't want to do that.
Oh wait, I found it. Kinda. It's here somewhere.
Oh no, I got it. Here, I'll put it in the Discord.
I mean, we know the TLDR.
Okay.
The TLDR is they said that they know karma bombing is an issue and that they, if the players want it, which is a stupid statement because players have wanted it since the beginning of the goddamn game. If players wanted it, they would consider making a ranked ladder.
Right.
And that's the TLDR.
I mean,
Well,
what baffles me about this, their letter, honestly, it's really sad to think about because they're just now considering it, and they act like, well, I guess if you guys really want it, we'll do it. It's like, bitch, we've been asking for this shit for years.
Yeah.
Like, what are you even talking about?
Listen to how this fucking sentence reads.
Mm-hmm.
However, if the adventurers really want it, we will seriously consider implementing 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, etc. matches, and also consider implementing a ranking system.
But they don't want to make it.
That is the most vague company statement I have ever seen in my entire life.
Don't consider it. We want it. It's done. Like, just give it to us. What the fuck?
Yeah, not only that, it's like they don't want it to be incentivized as well. So it's like, I mean, I get that. They don't want people sitting in arenas all day and not going out in open world. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, they're not giving us anything else to fucking do. Like, yeah,
here's the stupid thing about.
I hate to say it, but it's just gear grind until your fucking eyes fall out of your head, and then there's no in-game content besides just large-scale PvP, which is, I mean, in my personal opinion, it's not really that enticing, but I know some people enjoy it.
Here's the silly thing about the end of this post that you were just talking about, where they said that they don't want to make the ladder the sole focus of players' gameplay. It's like, dude, even if you made it to where it literally didn't give rewards, people would still do it.
Yep.
Like, that's a competitive scene that people would enjoy taking part in for just the competitiveness of it alone.
I
mean, yeah, everyone wants to know where they're at, and it's a good way to kind of measure where you are with your, your skill level. But here's my problem with it. I know what they'll do. I know what they'll fucking do. They'll make it balance gear, and I fucking hate the balance gear.
Probably.
I really do.
I do.
I really
too.
do. It is not a true representation at all of kill potential or anything like that. It's just like,
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know how you do it to make it fair, because there's obviously some people that are just gonna have so much gear you can't kill them. But I almost,
it's
I
really
almost,
Just have
You
two
have-
separate ladders.
you have
It's
two.
easy.
Yeah, you have two
Right.
separate ladders. You have two different queue systems. One, you queue for balance if you want to be, that person, and then then you queue for the big boys. Basically, if you can't
Right.
handle dealing with someone's gear, then don't go in there. Like, I get it. I'm gonna run into people like, say, Zethian as an example, like, who has 370 plus DP. I will not be able to one-shot that dude unless I have 100% Black Spirit, and probably by 25% as well. So I need a lot more Spirit. But I mean, as an
But-
example, I'm going to run into players like that, but I still want to see how I'm going to do.
yeah, I completely agree. Like, I think it would be, especially because if you do run into a player like that you know is geared, it would be cool. I think it would be a good feeling if you're on the ladder and you're able to overcome something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can show that, skill can outpace,
Dude,
someone's
there's this
progression.
comment. I have to comment on this comment. So the third in this post that they show this, the second comment is balance first before implementing something new. Otherwise, we just see only flavor of the month classes in the rankings. I am literally the opposite. Give us the fucking rankings so we can see
then
the
balance
broken
afterwards.
classes. Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that,
But
because
no. I'll do
they
you
want to
one better.
argue. They want to even argue that whole thing. Remember when they said that their comment, like, "Oh, the only reason why the top 100 or like 70 of the 100 players in KR play Mystic is because it grinds better, and they don't even do that well on large scale." It's just like that fucking logic. Oh my god.
Dude, people are
So
so
here's the
angry.
real issue with doing a ladder right now. And I hate to be the one to kind of burst everyone's bubble.
Mhm.
But if they make it even like relatively decent like rewards for doing it, you don't think hackers are gonna be in that shit just like Shadow Arena?
No, they will for sure. There
They
would
will,
have to be
but-
some sort of like, I don't know.
I would say this though. One, all right, there's a two-part issue with how Shadow Arena's hackers were versus like open world, and then also the potential that you could deal with hackers in this. So with Shadow Arena, you could get those accounts really cheap and easy, because during that they had an event going where players could get accounts really easily and then just do Shadow Arena, right? Well, that's what was basically happening, is a whole bunch of players are just buying really cheap accounts, playing Shadow Arena, getting all the free money and loot out of it, and then just either using the silver to buy stuff from their main account that no one was buying, or whatever kind of method that they were doing. But that was because of the accounts were so accessible and cheap, and you didn't really have to do anything to get them. For the current issue with hackers in like History, for example, you have a bunch of Zerkers running around one-shotting mobs. That's just because they can get away with it, because they're not. It's really hard to notice them unless you just happen to stumble upon them, and they move so glitchy. It's really hard to see their name unless you take screenshots and stuff like that.
Also, it needs
But-
to be. You can run to Ackman on a speed hacker like the moment you create an account if it's hacked. They just need to make
Yeah.
some sort of barrier to entry, so whenever they're banning these people, they literally have to invest. Like, you should have to have a character that's level 62 to even queue, even for the equalized one. So like, once you hit level 62, you can queue up for equalizer, the other thing, and then on top of that, make it so like you have to have finished like the Calpheon quest line or something.
No trial accounts, basically. No
Yeah.
trial characters.
So that way it's like you have to actually get through the game to play, and then so if a hacker does like create an account, they get banned, then it's actually like a pain in the ass. Like, fuck, got to get another thing back to 62 and finish the Kama quest line or whatever the hell. I don't know. There has to be something to just make it like that that or the best capture code of all time.
I think my
Yeah.
favorite comment on this post is number 6 by Thea, I think his name is. He says, we've been crying for something like that for years. The PvP community is literally dying. Stop seriously considering it and actually start doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's my complaint too. Is like, why are you guys even using the verbiage considering it? Like, this has been known for a while. The community as a whole, even the life skillers are like, fuck it, just give them something. Give the PvP or something. Because they're tired of getting ganked.
You're skipping the best part of his comment. And for the people that are crying about class balance in this topic, don't. If you really care about PvP, don't shit on the idea of a 1v1 arena by crying about class balance. Sure, we all want better class balance, but let's use this topic to let PA know we want this arena. And no, I'm not a ninja. I'm a wizard, and I still want this arena, even though my class isn't going to be the top of the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Watch
It'd be very ironic if you find out that which wizards are top.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there will be
all
some
the witch
surprises.
wizards up till now have just been so bad at the game.
There's going to be surprises up there that are, like, if we ever got this, there will definitely be classes up there that people have convinced themselves are not good, so they just never bothered trying.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it, too.
The other big problem I could see with an arena type thing is people that want to PvP, they'll just look at the arena ladder and say, all right, what classes are top, and kind of just pick from there.
Yeah, but I think that is a good thing, because then it makes the balance like more of an issue that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It does give PA more targets, but at the same time, they don't look at balance in the form of 1v1 generally.
Well, if they have an arena, I think they'll have to. Also, I've always disagreed with that. I completely disagree. There's so many things they changed. Removing the CC from the Mystic Crouching Wolf did nothing for large scale whatsoever. That was completely a 1v1 balance change.
No, think about all the mobs they were stunning, man.
They still are PvE. It's still a PvE stiffness.
Oh, you got me there.
I mean, there's a lot of little like things like that are like, wait, this had no effect on large scale. Why did it get nerfed?
I just let's talk about the other part of this post that really got overshadowed because people talking about the ladder is such a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
Before they talked about the ladder, they talked about the desert and the outlaw system, but the biggest part about this entire post is the very last sentence of that first paragraph, and it says, we will also think of improvements to prevent issues such as karma bombing, which take advantage of the current system's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
That is Pearl Abyss literally acknowledging that karma bombing is an issue and that it is literally griefing a player by taking advantage of the system.
Right.
Yeah,
huge.
I don't like some of the things they say about the outlaw system, though. Like, it kind of seems like they still are kind of pushing it to the back burner, even though they talk about it.
Dude, I just want, like, if someone karma bombs you, if you kill someone, and then they come back and you kill them again, they should get a 72-hour ban.
but that's such a big... That's
such an extreme move.
It's such a big deal that they said this. And another important sentence that was just kind of lost in the middle of all of this is they said, where is it? There it is. The Arsha server shows our intended direction of BDO, a content for only those who are prepared, not a place where prepared adventurers grief those who are not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's...
I almost feel like they should just do the they should, like, all right, so right now we have the Arsha server, which I like. The Arsha server should probably remain intact with the grind buff bonuses, but they should also just have, like, channel 6 of every one of the channel clusters should be an Arsha server without the drop rate buff, where you don't have to worry about your karma. You can kill whoever you want and not go to jail.
Yeah, I
feel like that would spread out people too much. You would have less interactions, I feel.
I wish there were more Arsha servers, dude. I wish there were. My issue with the Arsha server is that I like it because I don't get karma bombed by fucking vagabonds or whatever shitter is in my goddamn rotation. But my issue with Arsha is that I run into fucking Zethian or Dead
There we go.
GG. These people with 300 gear score, like 300 AP, 600 gear score, 650, 700 even. Like, I can't compete with that. What am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah,
you know?
but here's the thing: is you don't deserve to compete with that. Your Pinoys didn't grind you the gear to get to that level.
No, well, no, I agree with that. But that's what I'm saying is that I can't take advantage of Arsha because I'm not geared, even though I like the idea of Arsha.
Well, you
But-
could,
I think you would fall into that not prepared category.
yeah, you're that helpless adventurer that's griefing them, dude. You got to stop
Yeah.
griefing their spot, dude.
Stick to the normal servers, pleb. Get
Yeah.
your noise going.
Either that, or
Um,
you can always go to Arsha Kadri. Zethian and Degigi are not there.
Cancer, dude. No. Listen, I'm not afraid. For anybody listening to this podcast, I'm actually not afraid to go negative. So, yeah, Mansharks K1. See you there.
Like if Zethian's listening to this, he's going to challenge you on that.
All right,
See how many crystals you lose before you're afraid to go red again.
before we get to our 59 million comments we have, I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
All right, you do that. But I think I think Pearl Abyss actually acknowledging that karma bombing is an issue and saying that Arsha server shows their intended direction at BDO. I mean, obviously words are just words and they're nothing without action, but like those are big statements to be making.
I mean, yeah, I agree. The acknowledgement is nice, but they've acknowledged a number of things with little to no action in some cases. Like, so I want to see actions, honestly. Like, I'm a little concerned about the kind of things they talk about with the outlaw situation, but at the same time, they haven't done anything with it. So anything at this point would be better than what they're currently doing.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. It's just their whole mentality around it. Like, they don't have any interest, like, encouraging PvP outside of large scale. It just doesn't make sense for a combat system like this. They put so much effort and time into this combat system to be as nice and fluid as it is in comparison to anything else on the market, and you don't want to capitalize on that. Like, how does that make sense? How does that make sense? I would, like, all right. So I told you guys, I've been dabbling in the arcade. Let me tell you how their systems are if you're not familiar. Their systems fully incorporate PvP. They have multiple different types of currencies. They have the gold and silver, which you use for normal things such as enhancing and just purchasing items outright. They have other currencies like Gilda Stars, which are used for purchasing design patterns for building some key items. They have, and then they also have honor, which and arena coins are as well that are also used for buying like titles and whatnot. But the honor is an integral part of the enhancing process, as well as just gearing up in general, getting your PvP gems and whatnot, or just your good gems until they release later in-game dungeons, I guess. But basically, when you're enhancing your gear, you're using money and infusions. So basically, just like Blackstones, essentially. And you're spending money to enhance your gear. When you get to a certain point, you want to enhance it to the next tier. You would use these scrolls, which are obtained from dailies. You get it to enhance to the next tier. But if it fails, instead of blowing the fuck up, like BDO is known for, you would instead either outright just fail and then you can attempt to enhance again, or it crystallizes. If it crystallizes, that means you can't enhance it anymore until you decrystallize it. So in order to decrystallize it, you have to spend 10,000 honor to buy an item that helps decrystallize it. And that's the only way to obtain it. So that incentivizes PvP. And also doing other things to get honor, such as these dailies to kill bosses and stuff like that. So it's not just PvP. You can do other things to obtain that honor. But PvP is obviously encouraged. So it's just like, they round out the systems just a lot better than what BDO does, as far as like everything being involved with each other and incorporating the PvP. So basically every aspect of the game is involved. And for those that aren't interested in PvP, there is other ways to obtain that honor.
All right,
So
I got a couple of interjections here. One, you said
Oh, boy.
you said dailies. That I'm out. Two,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of dailies. I will
And
agree with you there.
I have two words: God's whip. All right. So,
yeah, that's a thing.
you know how easy it is to get honor when you have God's whip, and how hard it is when you don't.
I'm thinking, yes, there's obvious flaws and whatnot. I'm just thinking BDO has the combat system it does, right?
It should
They
incorporate
polish
some
the
incentive.
combat system, but they never capitalize on it.
Yeah,
They don't.
My-
They're afraid to. I
actually
don't know
was.
why.
I was kind of curious. Let's say they did implement, just to keep it simple, 1v1 arena, 3v3 arena, and then they also implement like there's trial character 1 and then your main character 1. You can queue for either one. What do you think the rewards should be? Like, how should that work? Like, what would be fair or worth it?
Well, I don't think you really could do anything too crazy for arenas or 1v1 ladder type stuff, honestly, because it's too centered around, class balance. Like, especially because there's no other things that help gain, at least in the game right now, that help gain you those same kind of benefits. So, for example, like I was saying with Arcade, you get the honor from PvP, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they also have like their form of arenas to get arena tokens.
I don't understand.
And stuff like
So
that.
BDO shouldn't implement rewards because of class balance, but Arcade has them, Blade and Soul has them, and class balance is horrendous.
No. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't know if I would with the 1v1 ladders. That's all.
Like,
I'm saying for
yeah.
like large scale, they do have rewards for large scale in terms of if you capture a zone or a node war or a castle, you would get gold for the guild, and then they can do payouts. But they really tone that down, so it's not as substantial as it used to be. I would argue that even the region buff isn't really that amazing anymore. I mean, it is good, but I don't know. It's a necessary thing,
dude.
I mean,
well, and so I don't know. Like, Rez, do you think there should what would you put for a 1v1? Or actually, I don't know. What would you? So you would just leave 1v1 with no reward?
I think I'm more or less thinking like this. Maybe it's because the hate I have for the enhancement system in BDO, at least for doing the armors and the weapons, and hell, even the accessories blowing up is kind of aids, but it's better than dealing with trying to build your armor back up. But maybe just something to keep that cancer from being as cancerous as it is, so the game would be more enjoyable for more players. Because not everyone is as invested into that kind of grind.
I probably have a very unpopular opinion.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't think there should be any rewards. I think the only reward that maybe I think could work and would be fine to do and wouldn't be like possibly exploitable or be too much would be like you have seasons and you get a reward based on where you placed at the end of the season.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but it should be like a fat reward.
If you were in like silver at the end of the season, then maybe you get like 3 sharps, 3 hards, like 10 memory fragments, and like a 25 stack. If you got in gold, it goes up to a 35 stack and 5 sharps and 5 hards. And then if you're all the way at the top, let's say it's like diamond or something, then you get like a fucking 100 stack, because you're like, at the top, you're the best.
All right, see, that shows how poor you are in competitive video games. That you think diamond is the top. All right.
No, I'm just like,
I'm just kidding.
I don't think we need a league system where we have like 20 different fucking divisions. Like, I don't know if we need that.
I mean, all right. So think about this. So like the 1v1 brackets, the 2v2s, the 3v3s. What happened to all our like our show weapon skins and stuff like that? Like, we haven't really seen too much of that. They can incorporate those in for people to get access to them. And then you have other things too. Like, I mean, they should incorporate something to help make it easier to enhance. Maybe give cron stones and stuff like that. I hate to say that.
Do you really think it's? Do you really think it's that hard to enhance?
No, I'm just like I'm trying to think of ways to incentivize doing it. That's all.
So
I don't think it's hard to enhance. I just hate the enhancing system for armor and weapons.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of like cosmetic rewards. Would be sick.
Yeah.
Like have a
Like just
season.
the badass stuff that you can't. It's impossible to get your hands on. Otherwise, you have to be good.
Have a season be like, I don't even know, maybe 2 months long, and at the end of a season, rank 1, 2, and 3 of like the 1v1 and the 3v3 ladder gets like these unique weapon skins. Rank 1 gets weapon and an armor skin, as well as maybe some random rewards in game. You get a GM intermediate box,
or maybe
like top ranked. You could do like the top rank gets a special armor, weapon skin, and title. Rank 2 just gets like the weapon and the title, and then rank 3 just gets like the fucking title.
Right.
So, like for example, titles actually give some sort of benefits in ArcAge. So like there's PvP titles that you can purchase with your arena tokens, and they'll give you, depending on the title you get, it gives you extra stats. Maybe they could do something like that for like the 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 type rankers. They get some additional stats. It's just a way to, incentivize and make it worth it for those players. They got something that no one else has.
I have it. At the end of a season, the rank 1 team in 3v3, each player gets to pick one rare item in the game that they instantly get. Can be anything. You could pick a compass part, you could pick a Vel's heart, Garmoth heart, whatever. Done.
Yeah, that wouldn't be abused by hackers at all.
I mean, what would they really give out the rewards to a hacker? Like, if the hacker is rank 1, that's who they'd give it to? They wouldn't be able to figure that out? Come on.
Dude. The devs are too busy popping bells on channels to go and figure that out, dude.
God, dude. Dude, Rezlar, you should be playing ArcAge.
Maybe they make it so that first, second, and third gets to choose their prize from a list of options, and depending on the place you got, it's X amount of that.
I mean, the thing is like, there's like a million things they could do, right? But it at the end of the day, I have my doubts that they're even gonna do this. That verbiage in that post is so like company bullshit-esque. Like a PR fucking apology.
It's really kind of concerning where they say, well, if you guys really want this, we'll consider it.
Yeah, that bothers
me. Why the fuck haven't you been considering this for 3 years?
Yeah.
And also the fact that like if they said that and then like attached like a fucking poll or something, I'd be like, okay, they're actually trying to see if there are people who want this or not. But they just dropped that line out of nowhere and then just leave it. What? Obviously, people want it, you retards. If you've paid attention to literally any form of communication that the player base has had with you over the past 4 years, yes,
I think
I
know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is. They have been sending this information over to the devs that we want this, but there's been a translation issue with Google, so it took them a while to get it translated.
Oh no!
Don't forget to roll your dice, people.
I don't do that.
That wasn't for you guys. It was for the listeners.
All right, are we good to go? Are we doing comments now? What's the time on this podcast? Have we bullshitted enough?
Yeah,
I mean, we pretty much talked about everything.
All right,
we have a long podcast. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull.
We have a lot of comments. So we're gonna do the
1,000th episode first, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna do episode 39, which is the 1,000 subscriber special. And we're going to do episode 40, which was the last episode before we took a week off. So we have 2 episodes that we got to go through. Let's jump into it. Do you want me to do it, Frosty, or you want to do it?
Either one.
Nayashe, you should do it.
I'll do it. All right. I got it pulled up. So we sort by newest first, right?
Yeah, okay. Sort by new, yeah.
Danielle Bichetti says, I bet Frosty sleeps naked.
Can confirm, I have seen it.
0H says, couple things Nayashe forgot to mention. Mooses can cancel out of their blooming phantom spam with 2 SA abilities, Backstep Slash and Rising Storm, so it's harder to punish.
Yeah, that's actually true.
And guess
That's
what?
very true.
It now costs 450 stamina instead of 600, which, by the way, is still a lot.
Oh, they fucking toned it down? That's bullshit.
Stamina recovers. Stamina recovers while in animation, so they just made it even more spammable. Although a nerf did happen. Although a nerf did happen in which they removed the backstep from the list of abilities that gave the buff. Before it was forward blind thrust, blind slash, debite, and backstep slash. Another thing about Meowa's Succession is that the SA Red Moon casts faster than the normal one, so the protected duration is shorter and actually does less damage than normal Red Moon. Unlike Moose's spammable range CC Mana Drain Phantom, the range slashes on SA Red Moon has no CC on it and is obviously unspammable, and given the 10-second time frame of the red sword buff, only allows you to Red Moon once per 3 stacking. But I don't think you'd use Red Moon anyway. That wouldn't really be like...
No, you do. For large scale. You would. Because it floats. I mean, so a lot of what he said is true.
He just said, he said the SA version of it doesn't have CC on it.
It does. It's just close range. So the animation for it is kind of weird because it makes Red Moon's reach a lot farther. But the reach, the extended reach doesn't have a float CC on it itself. It just does damage. So you have to be still kind of up close like you would normally with Red Moon in order to get the float off.
Right.
Okay. The other thing is, I understand the issue with not being able to Red Moon multiple times during it, but I mean, I would have liked to do it too. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, I kind of get why they didn't allow it. So it is what it is, you know. But with the Musa's thing, they can cancel, and also to comment even further on that, to capitalize on what he said, they can actually cancel their blooming animation earlier than we can with decapitation and Sticky Snowflake. So it's even more burn.
You gotta stop comparing yourselves to them, right?
Yeah,
they'll always be your big brother. All right, Origami,
sexist ass buffs.
Origami says Frosty's Kuno makes me not want to fight Kunos on my Valk. LOL. Yeah, probably not. Block jump grab, dude. You guys can now monetize your videos if not mistaken. Congrats, smiley face. You hear that, Rez? I'm owed thousands of dollars. Ali must.
I'm like 99% sure would be demonetized anyway.
Ali Musavi says, another great podcast as usual. I'm new to streaming with OBS and attempting to record footage whilst streaming. Would anyone know how to, or link me a video on how to have the recording not pick up my audio? And is there any software you recommend to use edit videos for YouTube? Thanks for any responses. I don't know exactly how, but I have my OBS pulled up here. I have it kind of set up in different things. So here I have like this podcast one that I have listed is actually just my browser. So we probably did get audio from the browser and Discord set up, but someone walked me through on how to set these up. So I actually have no idea. But mine records my mic.
I can kind of comment on this if you want.
Okay. Yeah, mine just records my mic and then Discord. So I don't, everything else, like I mute my in-game sounds just in case and stuff when we're recording the podcast. But yeah, go ahead, Nayashe.
So for the software, I use Sony Vegas Pro 13 currently. However, I would recommend using 14 over 13. 13 has a lot of bugs. I actually been slowly shifting over to 14. So that's my editing software for YouTube videos. But of course, I don't really do all that much edits in my videos, as I'm sure a lot of people know. But a lot of people use Sony Vegas Pro 14 or some other application. It doesn't really matter. But still use OBS as well for streaming. OBS Streamlabs, actually. But I mean, for the audio issue, I mean, it really specifically depends on what you're dealing with the audio. Like if you're getting background noise from your desktop, or like you don't want the games and you only want your voice, or you want to take Discord out because you're tired of Discord beeps happening when people are saying alerts and tagging you or something like that. There's ways to get around it. What I use is Voice Meter. There is a YouTube video out there that I think Moreland did. Let me double check. Voice meter. I think it was voice meter banana.
Voice
Moreland.
meter banana.
Hell
Yeah, that is some way to. Yeah, I've heard about that. It lets you separate your audio for different things.
Yeah, it was really good and essential for what I needed. So, where the hell is his video at? Yeah, because you could split up.
Did you find it? If you find it, link it in here, and I'll
Yeah,
reply to it
yeah.
in the comment.
I'll get it for you guys to put in the description. So, but yeah, no, there's definitely some. I'll find it.
Okay. Astari says, "Do you guys know anyone in SEA selling Pen Dandy for silvers only? I want Pen Dandy, but every time I shout in a world chat, people want to sell it for real money. Fucking shit. This is so annoying." Rez, are you selling the Dandy you had on SEA? You don't even play there anymore, do you?
What?
No, I don't know anyone in SEA, honestly. The only person I did, I'm pretty sure, is still wearing Witch's earrings. Volicio linked a timestamp and said lol getting married. I think because you said we had an announcement and someone asked in the Twitch chat if we were getting married.
Is that? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because we were about to talk about the tournament idea that we had. And,
I posted the link to that YouTube
okay, cool.
video. And
I'll reply to your comment, Ali, with the link after the show. Yeah. Kelly Zaregby says, I want PA to give Musa a fucking grab or create a new mechanic that completely negates them. I don't remember if it was this podcast, but someone mentioned something about a break mechanic. I like that idea, and this break mechanic should only be present on classes with no grabs, since it would be useless on classes with grabs.
yes,
No.
please, God, like a kind of like in fighting games where you can break the grab, like some sort of weird interaction.
God, no. It's hard enough to see people already.
It's called V.
Yeah, dude. I still don't understand the rules of V. You should just always, if V is off cooldown, you should just be able to use it no matter the circumstance. There should be no rules for V. Knockdown, stun, stiff, bound, float,
No,
in the air,
knockdown you
on the
can't
ground.
be on.
I know, but I'm saying you should be able to. There's no reason why you shouldn't. It's just dumb. It's so arbitrary. I don't know. I hate it.
It's just they wanted to overcomplicate something simple.
I
Bastards.
just can old V. That's all you have to do.
I mean, the old
Yeah,
V
this old
still
V.
was bad. You had to bug it out. You shouldn't even have to bug it. You should just be able to move
It
the
was
second it ends.
way better than what we have now, though.
I mean, yeah, but it still was like there was still a chance it didn't work, which is annoying. It should just work. It should just let you move after. V is an escape. It's not supposed to be another CC for you.
Escape, man.
Yeah, that does work. I hate when I have to use it in Arsha Arena, though. I want PA
Yeah,
to
that's
give Musa a oh, I read that already. Sorry. Ezra EB. It's so absurd that Musa should have a grab. If you have Chase, you do not deserve a grab. I'm sorry.
You have a grapple.
Yeah, you do have grapple arrow, too. You have a ranged grab. Is that not good enough?
Ranged grab, dude. It has more range than Lawn. Hello?
Yeah. Ezra EB says, I want actual group ocean content. The ocean is actual fucking cancer. New ships and bartering system isn't all that appealing or group. I do think it's fairly appealing. A lot of people like it, but it's definitely not group content. It's solo. Like 100%. The boss is group, though. You know, Basilica Corps was the first guild to defeat Khan. And they did it with like 78 people or something and almost failed. Yeah, and they almost failed. I guess the despawn timer is 30 minutes and it was like 29 minutes or 28:50 or something when they finished it.
Damn.
Fake Uni says we should do a collab episode. And then he does a little cute nutsack face.
Nutsack face.
And
That's
then
a very epic description of that.
And then Felix says, I bet they'll hit you up for Striker Succession. How can they not? Ambitious Panda says, who dis? And then someone said, are you still playing BDO? Or Kami says, collab can be BDO versus AA arguments. For and against both games. No, I'm not. Outside, this is Nayashe's last episode with us too. I'm not bringing AA players in here anymore. They're absurd.
Damn.
All right. So that's it for episode 39. We'll move on to 40 now. I'll do these ones, Frosty, since you
Okay.
did 39.
Hold
All
on,
right,
give me
08.
a second to pull them up so they're on the screen.
I'm giving you a second.
And
That's
they're
per
up.
second.
You're good.
You're sorting by most recent.
Yeah. No, newest.
Is it-
Newest first. Oh yes, most recent. Sorry. Duh.
I'm like, wait, is that not the same thing? 0H says Frosty's inability to understand Reslar's point is quite rage-inducing, but Reslar's inability to say that it's disorienting, and every time you turn the camera fast, there's a few milliseconds spent on reorienting yourself instead of just you can't see is just equally, if not more, infuriating. LOL. WASD control isn't a joystick and also can't control precise directions nor distance for some skills, so I wouldn't prefer that.
Yeah. I'm not talking about this, but you're all wrong.
You guys are infuriating, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, I
getting
don't
into
know.
this. But
We've kind of just agreed to disagree. We're tired of having the argument. We're moving on. Also,
I think Zero's a warrior too.
I didn't say that I would.
You trying to take away his credit?
I'm pretty sure he's a warrior. He has the same credibility as me, which is none. Zero. You understand that?
He says WASD control isn't a joystick, can't control precise direction or distance for some skills, so I wouldn't prefer that. I don't think. I mean, maybe my memory is incorrect, but like I wasn't saying that would be better than.
No, he's talking about me. I was giving it as an alternative option because we were arguing about the camera.
But that would be better. That would be better than the current iteration without click to move. You see what my point is?
Well, everything would be better if click to move would be removed, but click to move is probably not going to be removed. So this whole argument also is probably moot.
Yeah,
There would be such a backlash if they removed it, honestly.
but no, my point is that with again, they use Lava Piercer. Like if they remove click to move and Lava Piercer was the same as it is now, borderline useless ability. But if you give the ability to, like your suggestion, to use the WASD, that would certainly be a million times better than like just what we have now without click to move. That's what I'm saying.
I just hope if they do remove click to move, they also remove the super armor from Lava Piercer.
There is none. What do you mean?
There we go. Hey, I got it. For the 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3 tournament ladder, the top place people, they get to pick what skill gets mouse movement, and they remove it from everyone else.
Dude,
that is incentive.
You want to equalize the arena? Remove all protections completely.
Oh,
but
God.
dude, did you?
Maywa wins though. We got ranged ranged arrows.
Did you not see the Shadow Arena trailer, dude? Lava Piercer doesn't have super armor. That's why he got frozen.
True.
Orakami says Rizlar's favorite Kuno is Frosty. Duh. Are you still a Kuno, Frosty?
I am, dude.
Wow, look at you staying on a class for more than 3 days.
I know, dude. I'm proud of myself.
I'm pretty impressed with it.
Travis 706. Oh, this is the one. Travis 7067 says, Frosty, my dude, I love you, but take the L on the Zerker argument. You and him then proceeded to get into like a 10-comment fight over this.
We got into a long... I'm going to give the TLDR. He's an Xbox player, and I've refused to take an L on a Zerker argument that's presented so poorly. Moving on.
Okay,
Also, no hard feelings. Don't tell me, yes, there's still hard feelings. Thomas, or Travis. Too little. He said at the very end, too little, too late for that. He'll still watch the show because we have the best podcast around, aka Read Only Podcast. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Come on.
We're not the only podcast.
Yikes.
Well, yeah, the Siege podcast. And
There's
beyond the
Siege
screen. I forgot.
podcast,
Beyond the
there's
screen.
Fake Unis podcast, there's Kai's podcast. Remember
There's
that
not
one?
Kai's
Yeah,
podcast. You're so BM.
But all right, hold on. Those podcasts do a variety of different things, though. Like you guys,
They're all
target
different.
content that's on the regular. Like
Yeah, they're very
Fake Unis podcast, as far as I remember when I listened to some of it, is mostly talking about things that they could do to encourage the devs to change in the game, and then any issues and stuff like that. Then you have the Siege podcast, which is obvious what that's for, and then that's the only ones I really am aware of.
Yeah,
besides
my
you guys.
my understanding of Fake Uni's podcast was, hey, let's try and get together a bunch of like public figures of BDO and try and make suggestions to better the game, so that
Yeah.
we could try to maybe use our influence to try and make the game better. Essentially,
Yeah, I mean, they have access to a large portion of the community that's actively playing the game, or even
I
actively playing.
I listen to that podcast and I enjoy it very much. I do want to point out though, and I Am Choice is one of the nicest people ever, and he's also one of the smartest people that plays this game. But he said on one of those podcasts that QBuff only CCs you once every 15 seconds, and to this day that still upsets me that he even said it.
Yeah, that's fairly inaccurate.
Thomas Springett says Red Zerk was one of the greatest. Mouse movement will be missed.
He's passed away. He's done.
Red Zerk.
He's rolling a witch, dude. He's rolling a witch.
That's worse. Witch is
insane.
fucked if they don't have mouse movement.
Especially in 1v1s.
All right. Every 6 seconds they have Voltaic Pulse. They'll be fine.
You're not wrong.
Also, I don't know if we said this before we started recording or after we started recording, but I don't think mouse movement's going anywhere, knock on wood.
I don't think so either.
I thought I heard an announcement that they weren't actually taking it out of the game, and it hasn't been removed from Global Labs yet.
They just like to see a North America and EU fight.
by hasn't been removed by Global Lab yet, I mean they haven't reverted it back.
Yeah.
They actually have removed mouse movement from Global Labs, but I feel like they're going to put it back, and I feel like I heard comments that they are going to put it back already. I don't know where I heard that from, but take it with a grain of salt. That's probably bullshit. So there you go.
General Pedro 2 says, I'm 100% still on board with Rezlar when it comes to the click-to-move scenario. While it would be nice to be able to move Lava Piercer or charging thrust with camera movements, Rezlar is correct in saying turning 180 degrees in order to juke your opponent out is worse than keeping your camera facing your opponent while still being able to move in the direction that you want to. Love the podcast, by the way. Edit the change Frosty proposed with WASDA would be an interesting change and would, in theory, function on consoles as well.
I do want to say, not even getting into this, I've learned now from multiple Zerkers that I remember I used to say Zerker is one of the hardest classes to play in the game. I'm now starting to realize.
You ever that, but
I have. I said that Zerker, to be great at Zerker, it's one of the harder classes to play. If you don't remember that, that's just you selective memory. I've said it
Hiding
multiple
every
times
3
on our
minutes in
podcast.
Cuba?
I'm gonna soon. I'm like on the verge of taking it back because I'm starting to realize that a lot of Zerkers are idiots. I can't keep being told that moving your camera is difficult. It's hurting my soul.
Zerker, I feel like Zerker, I don't know.
Zerker is hard to play at a high level. A good Zerker and a bad Zerker is night and day, and I've tried helping a bad Zerker and getting them in touch with good Zerkers, and they still can't get it. I've seen...
So here's the issue with Berserker. Berserker is such a weird thing when you talk about the difficulty of it, because it has a very low skill floor, in my opinion, but a very high skill ceiling. What I mean by that is it doesn't take a lot of effort or skill to get 269 AP and then Q buff people to death, but it takes a lot of effort and skill to do shit like Steve does. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just like there's such a wide gap, which is why you get Zerkers like, well, I don't want to call anybody out, but you get 290 AP Berserkers in fucking Devour that will grapple people and then heal because they don't know what they're doing. And then you have 265 AP Zerkers murking in Bastion getting front page in front of 600 gear score players. So it's just the difference.
Right.
Where was I? Oh my god, that fucking name.
Oguzon Yildirim.
Oguzon Yildirim says, about PvPers, both of you said that X guy is the best, but I like Y guy more because of ... I get it's fine, but how do you actually not mention Danem on Ninja? It just doesn't make sense. I don't think anyone can say X guy is better Ninja than Danem.
I can. I think both Sammy and Yellow are better than Danem. I legitimately think not because of the player playing it. Like, I don't think, regardless of personality or if I think they're my favorite person, I think that Yellow and Sammy are both better ninjas than Danem, like overall.
I'm not comment on this as well.
I'm not taking anything away from Danem because I think that Danem is a good ninja and he's a ninja that a lot of ninjas have learned from. But me and Resler got a little bit confused. Another commenter talks about this earlier too, or later on. But I was more describing people that I personally believe are the best at their class, not really my favorite person. But people that are that good at their class become my favorite person. So
yeah, well, we talked about this at some point when we were recording because I said I'm noticing a trend. I'm picking my favorite people. You're picking the best at class, and you said, "Well, the people that are the best at the class are my favorite people."
Right. So I do think Danem is very good, very, very, very good. Probably top 5, maybe even top 3. But I do think in their primes, and maybe Sammy isn't now because he's not playing anymore, but I do think Yellow is a better ninja than Danem overall. So what were you going to say, Nayashe? Sorry.
No, all right. So I have experience with fighting all 3 of them. And I would say that prior to all the changes that they did, Danem was essentially almost untouchable. Like, I mean, obviously you could catch him and kill him, but his play style really benefited from the way the class kit options were set up at the time.
Pre-CC changes.
Correct. They did a number of things that ultimately kind of made it difficult for his play style to work as effectively as it used to. Because he doesn't have as many protections, and a lot more people are learning some of the techniques that allow them to be quicker and react better to kind of deal with that play style where he heavily relied on block, jump, grab kind of thing, but he wasn't limited to that. He did a lot of other techniques and whatnot in order to catch his opponent and outplay them. He was very knowledgeable of players' kits and was able to interact and react to anything they did pretty well. But ever since they did those CC changes, even he admitted to me that it kind of messed with his play style a lot. He gets caught more often than he used to. And Yellow has definitely beefed up his skill. He's been dueling a lot of players, doing a lot of arenas and whatnot. So he has a lot more time, I think, invested at this point in dueling than I'd say Danem would, who's playing more casually these days, as far as I understand it. Could be wrong, but that's from my perception of what I've seen. He is on every once in a while.
So TLDR, best ninja NA is Jigsaw.
Wait,
wait, who's Jigsaw?
Where do you put where or were you gonna say anything about Sammy? I was kind of curious.
Sammy, so Sammy I would put pretty much on par with Yellow. Honestly, it's really hard for me to determine who's better than the other. They play a little differently than each other. So
Sammy's
it's kind of like when I fight them.
Sammy's pin carried over in Alabama.
He would probably actually admit that too.
Over in Alabama, he's pin carried. Dude.
He always says he hates fighting me. Like I hate fighting him too. Like it's a cancerous fight for both of us, I feel. But
he and I said this about both of them, why I named both of them, because both of them are like the type of player that will sit and learn what every class does. And not just fight and
I think all 3 of them actually do.
Yeah, them too.
I just think Danem benefited from the original kit a lot more, and Daemon also has really good ping too, like really strong ping. But,
who would you put for Meiwa? Because me and Rez really only said you. Who would you put for like a Meiwa, like your favorite Meiwa in North America, preferably, so it's most people know, or EU. Or both, I guess.
Well, I don't know too many of the EU Meiwas, to be perfectly honest. I don't really follow EU scene that much. So to be fair to them and other regions, I don't really know much about the other regions. I do research a lot on YouTube, trying to like see what other, Meiwas are doing and, I kind of develop my playstyle around piecing together what some other players do sometimes. So
Hey,
go ahead.
Sorry, real quick. I'll be right back. You guys buy time.
All right, cool.
Okay.
But as far as the NA scene is concerned, some of the Meiwas that I liked, Aerie was really good, but she quit and went to WoW Classic a while back. I think that's where she's residing right now. But she was really good. Always gave me a hard time when I fought her. Let me see. Who else? There was like 3 or 4 different Meiwas that were always kind of caught my attention. Cool Name was pretty good. I always liked dueling him. We duel all the time. Trying to can't remember. It's at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember the damn names right now.
There's not a whole lot of Meiwas anymore. It's kind of sad.
No, there isn't, which is why I should be able to remember them, but I can't think of names right now. My goodness. And I'll get hate in chat in the comments probably for not mentioning X person. But yeah, I honestly can't remember. There is about 3 or 4 Meiwas besides, like, I don't really try to include myself on anything like that, but 3 or 4 Meiwas that I've seen that I like what they do. They are very skillful and adapt really quickly. They're fast, and they jump on an opportunity CC every time. That's what's key. Because, like our classes have a grab, and our combo abilities are unprotected, so we can't just randomly throw shit out. So if the CC happens, even if it's on accident, we need to make sure that kills. So there's a handful of players that are able to do that reliably on the regular and versus multiple different types of classes. So it's definitely what I look for and watch for to see who's like up there. I apologize to any of the Meiwas that might be watching that. I really can't remember the damn names of the other individuals for some reason.
Lucari?
It's just that Lucari had a hot minute when he played Meiwa. He definitely wasn't a fan of the class after he did it for a little while, though.
I remember that. That was those were good times. All right, who is a I don't want to go through all the classes, but let's just say I'm going to throw out a couple classes, and you tell me. Do you?
There, I'll name the ones of the classes that I know specific players on.
Let's hear it. Who you think are like the best? Who you think are the best?
Skirts for striker, hands down.
Okay.
I haven't met another striker that's better than him. He's really good with the kit, and it's not that he just abuses super armors and whatnot. It's his aggressive leaps and whatnot. It really throws me off sometimes when we fight. So it's always a difficult fight with Skirts, but he's really good as a striker. Warriors, obviously McCann's, Vanguards. There's a couple other notable warriors, but I'll leave the list at that for the top. Mystics, there is a couple Mystics. What's his name? I am very bad at remembering names, apparently. I duel him in BA all the time. What's his name? It starts with an M. Drawing a blank. Can't really think of his damn name. And then besides that guy, it's Dildo Dragon is pretty good. I haven't seen any of the other top tier Mystics in a long time, so I think they either quit or maybe I just haven't run into them. So I'll only mention the ones that I'm aware of.
What about that Mystic that you used to run into at Arsha Mansions? What was his name? Frosty H2O.
Oh, the BM one?
The BM one. The toxic ass Mystic.
Yeah, nah.
Dude,
I think I made my point pretty clear on where he stands.
Dude, once they removed the stiffness from Crouching Wolf, my 1v1 ability on Mystic fucking fell off. Hardcore.
Excuse me, I think you mean a stun.
Yeah, it was a stun.
It was
the stun from the Mystic.
It was
fucking busted.
It was a stiffness.
So glad they got rid of that.
It was a stiffness.
According to Good Vibes Guy, it was a stun.
I know, but it was a stiffness.
Just
it
roll
was
with it.
so good. I still don't
Did-
understand why they didn't just increase the cooldown. By the way, that's my favorite bug in the whole game right now. That in that patch note, it said remove the stiffness that happened on Crouching Wolf, on Striker and Mystic when you have 3 shards, and the Striker one still works.
Oh, dude, speaking of bugs that they fixed one of Berserker's bugs that I used in my combos. Feels bad.
Woo!
There used to be this bug where you could essentially CC somebody 3 times by doing a side cancel smackdown on somebody while they were knocked
thank
down.
God that's gone. I hate that shit, dude.
Bro, what do you mean? We're dog shit in 1v1s now.
All right. I think we're on
Murderkind, right?
Murderkind, yeah.
He says, opinions on Node War guilds. I feel like there's some stuff you guys could talk about for a while. Maybe a podcast where you guys go over some of these stronger Node War guilds that aren't quite siege guilds. Brutal, Infernal, Legatum, etc. etc.
All right. One of those things is not like the other.
One of those things just doesn't belong. Yeah, probably not. Because one, like, there's kind of too many guilds to like really go over and talk about seriously. And 2, I'm probably just going to end up shit talking most of them. So I don't really want to do that. So.
Yeah. Opinions on node work. I mean, I have a great respect for the people like Brutal that don't, when they're not dropping N bombs, for keeping together a strong node war guild like that for so long. Or like Vixens back in the day, even though I hated them with a passion and they were a rival, like it's cool. It's a cool style to be like, I don't care about siege. We're just going to focus on small skill node wars and we're going to destroy people. I always thought that kind of stuff is cool.
I mean, that's what
Nothing wrong with that.
we're doing now.
That is not what Clash is doing. Clash is not destroying people. Let's move on.
No, but we're
I'm just kidding. We're having fun. Yeah, because Brutal and Vixens were all about fun. They were so strict, dude.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the difference between us and them. Like, we're not caring about siege either, but instead of like being tryhards, we're just trying to have fun and enjoy ourselves.
You know, Vixens one time when I was arguing with one of their officers threw payouts at me. I was like, because they were talking, they were talking shit, and I was like, place on. I think I said place on Elric on Thursday, because it's 100 man, and obviously they wouldn't do that, right? Like 1v1 us on Elric Shrine Thursday. Let's go. And he's like, LOL, 30 man. I was like, yeah, that's what you're built for. Like that's different. Like sure, you're good at 30 man, but you're not. You couldn't beat us in a 1v1 on a normal node. And then he was like, well, our guys get fat payouts. You guys make nothing. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, whatever. Oh, Vixens, dude. I saw someone recruiting for Vixens again. I think they're
really?
back.
Are they still around?
No, they were gone for a while. They like quit. The shot caller is actually the shot caller of Corrupt, which is what helped get them a little bit stronger. He's kind of a mean dude, but he's a very good shot caller.
Vixen's Guild Emblem is hilarious.
Yeah, I saw that guy Unacceptable, who I think was their Valkyrie. He was recruiting the other day.
Unavailable.
Oh yeah, that's what did I say?
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Yeah, I mean we could talk about Node War guilds one day, I think, but not. Yeah, well maybe one day. Could be fun. Maybe we'll bring on. It would be cool to have someone. This was your idea to have someone like Sasha come on and talk about Node War and Siege.
That'd be interesting.
I wanted to bring Sasha on to talk about Siege because I think that would be supremely interesting to get just inside his head about all things Siege. I don't give a fuck.
He'd love to talk about it too, probably.
I think he's just too cool for us. He would just laugh at us.
Right. Nah, you'd be surprised. I think Sasha's more interested in, just having, different interesting conversations about things going on in the game.
You know who I think might be fun to have on as a guest one day? Even though apparently he doesn't play anymore.
Mina?
Pax.
Oh yeah, Pax. He plays Arcade.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't seen Pax in a long time.
He plays Arcade now.
Yeah, he's an Arcade player.
Him and all of the notorious leadership went to Arcade apparently.
Yeah, dude, Laserface told me this story. He's probably, I don't know if he's gonna get mad at me for telling this, but he said that Briz was really mean, and I was like, really, he was mean? And his example story was that they were playing Arcade, and he asked about something in Arcade, And Briz replied, and this was like in voice. He's like, "Yo, bro, don't wiki me right now. I'm fucking PvPing." And I guess when you use that as a verb, that's like don't ask me questions that you could just find on Wikipedia right now or something. I don't know. I thought it was so funny, dude.
That's pretty fucking great.
Don't wiki me.
That's pretty fucking great.
That's funny.
Definitely a new one for me.
All right, let's move on. Austin Lassiter says best Valk was SJY. I think the reason Valk was nerfed so bad and remains garbage tier was because of his 1v2, 1v3 videos where he was destroying classes, even putting a warrior in that 1v2 and making it look like a 1v1.
SJY.
I think.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty good, but I would say Amu's pretty up there with him, or not, if not better.
Yeah. I mean, that's we only know of Amu, so we had to put him on by default.
Yeah, I don't know who SJY is, honestly.
I know him. I've fought him. He's pretty good.
Oh, no, but I added Tiger. I actually think Tiger might be better than Amu. Tiger is ridiculous, dude.
Tiger?
Yeah,
Tiger.
It's Tiger, all caps.
I learned recently that Tiger spends all his time in Siege hitting horses to get his BSR up.
That's genius.
That is great.
That is genius. And you just blew his load, dude. That's fucked up.
I did. Fuck you, Tiger.
Man, you literally just ruined his whole plan.
I don't know if that's true. That's just what I heard. All right, Gil Herme Kunha, I guess is how you say that name. Says shorter episode, 2 hours. Yeah, it's getting to be like that.
Yeah.
Feels like whenever I try to explain something, I'm like, oh yeah, all right guys, I'm gonna just do a quick video on this little tip and tricks kind of thing. And 45 minutes later,
dude, right? Literally, I sat down one day and I thought about making like a beginner's Berserker guide, and I started kind of laying out all the things that I thought, like, yeah, this is what a Berserker would know. I was like, I don't want this video being longer than like 15 minutes. I started recording the video. I looked at my clock and I'd been recording for like 40 minutes. I was like, oh no. I'm not gonna make an hour-long Berserker guide, dude. That's cancer as hell. No, thank you. Gangle, I guess is how you say that. Talking about Ninja without mentioning Mazap and Danum. Frosty.
I mean, they put us in a position where we have to throw shade, and I don't mean to. Like, Danum is a very good ninja. I don't think Mazap is one of the best ninjas anymore. Almost like the way Nayashe described Danum, how he a little bit was like one of the best ninjas in the old CC system. I think Mazap was as well. And I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not a good ninja. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a good ninja. Either of these guys. Danum, I would put ahead of Mazap, but Mazap I do think is very good, but I just think Yellow is a different level.
I mean, all right, so there's a couple factors to that, because I know Mazap, we were in guild together a long time ago, and still chit-chat every once in a while whenever I drop in his stream, but I mean, yeah, he doesn't play the game as much anymore. He only does it, he basically streams when he plays, so as often as you see him stream, which is not very often, that's pretty much when he's playing. But he just does RBF content. I would say he's one of the better ninjas as far as 1vx is concerned, but I don't think he's ever really considered himself a top tier 1v1 ninja. I mean, yeah, he could do it just because it kind of translates over pretty well, but I always considered him one of the better 1vx ninjas, like even before the CC changes. Yeah, I mean, he's just playing the game super casually. Plus, he has Australia ping, or wherever he's from. I think he's in Europe, not Australia. Forget where in Europe. But his ping isn't exactly the best as well, so kind of makes him a lot slippier to catch.
TLDR, Frosty didn't mention them because they're trash. All right, moving on.
The harsh realities.
Harry Boy 3000 says, our favorite PvPers, Frosty, describes skill, performance based on personal experience, etc. Breslar, I feel ... because he's a chill guy. You guys are actually yin and yang.
Mine are not based on personal experiences.
A lot of them were.
Some of them were, but that's only because I went out of my way and got to see it for myself. But I had like judgments prior.
Wait, what was this in reference to again?
Because on the last episode we went down the list of who we thought was the best PvPer for every single class or favorite.
No, incorrect. You said favorite.
I meant best, but we ended up doing favorite. And Reslar basically named all the people he smokes weed with, and I named all the people I thought were good at the class.
Yeah, so I think
He rolls. He's like, Mace App's my favorite ninja. He rolls a fat blunt.
I think the only person we agreed on was Nayashe.
and Amu.
Oh, Animu, yeah, because I don't know any Valks.
To be fair, I feel like I only make tier lists because there's no other Meiwas out there.
It's actually true. There's a. I feel so bad because I'm in Vexus right now. There's a Vexus Meiwa that's actually really, really good, and I cannot remember his name, and it's driving me nuts. Anyway, go on. What were you saying?
I mean, hell, you fill a niche, though. I mean,
you filled the dude. Meiwa's in that spot where like all the way it played before doesn't work now. So if you were comfortable with that style and you liked that style, it just doesn't work today. You have to completely let that go and learn the new style and the way it can play, and very few Meiwas are willing to do that. And new players who want to try it out are like, hey, how is Meiwa? And everyone's like, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash, trash, so they don't even consider it.
Yep. All the negativity makes them never try the class.
I mean,
But to be fair, when you see what other classes can do, they have a lot more options in their kit to be able to do the same thing somewhat, if not completely better.
I can literally only think of two other quote-unquote like famous Meiwas. And I say that very loosely. And that's fucking Ghost Style and
Vert.
And Vert, yeah.
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 I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if they're particularly like all-time great, but they're both good Meiwas.
Oh, wasn't there another good Meiwa?
Yeah, Nude. You're thinking of Nude.
Yeah, but Nude was always really quiet, and I mean, in large scale, you would run into him. But
Lakari.
Lethal AF. What is that? What is that? That's sticking out to me.
Lethal was a Meiwa back in the old system, and when Awakening first came out, he posted a bunch of videos of him dueling with the new Awakening system.
Yeah,
and he was pretty decent back for that time. For that time, he was good, but that's just because, in all fairness, no one really understood how to use the kit properly.
Yeah.
And I think he still plays, and I think he plays on Lawn, maybe, as the last time I ran into him. I'm not sure if he's still playing Lawn, but like, I don't know. Like, when I was really bad at the time when he was doing pretty well, but even Lethal wasn't as good as who was it in Man Up? Feeds.
Oh, Feeds. Yeah, that's another one.
Which he never really made videos, but he'd show up on Lakari's meme videos every so often whenever Feeds would do like some nasty fucking like alt and basically one shot all of one guild kind of thing. But Feeds, I heard, was always really good. But I never personally interacted with Feeds. I never got to a point where me and him could duel. I asked him a few times, but I guess I was just such a lowly pleb at the time. It wasn't worth the effort to respond.
But I also really do believe that like whoever's like the popular streamer at the time really dictates what people are playing. Like has a large part to do with it.
That's true.
I mean, you're not wrong. When Vert was playing Meiwa during Meiwa's like pretty comfortable position back before the CC changes, she was a fairly popular class. I mean, she wasn't the most popular.
Well, remember,
she was better than Musa until Musa got a huge bump up from them whining as much as they did.
Dude, for the whole first year and a half to 2 years that I played the game, Musa was considered bad, Meiwa was good. And then
Yep.
Yeah, and then there was a flip.
Yeah, then it flipped
Mhm.
after the CC changes. Although after the CC changes, Mooses didn't realize how good they were for a while.
Oh yeah, they still kind of felt like they were trash, and then it's
Yeah.
just like, no, you guys are actually pretty much one of the strongest classes right now.
I still think Maywa
They just didn't have the gear to realize it. That's the problem.
I do think Maywa overall is actually pretty good. I think there's a grass is greener a little bit effect.
Yeah,
That and
there
like everyone compares themselves to Ninja or Sork, like
Yeah,
the top
yeah.
two, you know?
Dude,
And I agree, and
my-
I try to always state that when people ask my opinion on the class, like in earnest, when I'm explaining my personal actual viewpoint, like I meme a lot and say she's, lacking in some regards, but she actually is how I view her in comparison to a lot of classes. I think she's balanced. However, there's just so much imbalance that she looks like she's fallen behind. And that's the problem with her. I think overall her kit design is actually not terrible. There's some bugs and whatnot they need to work on, but I don't mind a lot of it. I don't wish they took away some of our frontal guards and iframes, but that's that imbalance thing that I'm talking about. Like if the other classes that I feel are a little bit too imbalanced were toned down a little bit more, at least with like how grab mechanics are and stuff like that. And the desync doesn't help at all. It really doesn't. For a class like ours that's pinpoint accurate with our CCs in a lot of cases and whatnot, all that stuff just really makes it more difficult than it already is. And
Hold
so,
on. I just got to point out, this man's in world chat saying that you have to go through a fucking PvP trial to join his T1 guild. What the fuck?
it's getting fucking serious.
What?
Dude, I heard some Clash shade recently from
Oh yeah, dude.
fuck, who was it? I'm trying to think. Oh,
Dude.
from a mutual. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to put him on blast, but I'll type it to you individually. But he said he was talking about how Clash went to T1s, got clapped for 2 weeks, and then bounced because they couldn't handle it.
Yikes.
And it was like it was someone that's in one of those guilds that's like the whole guild is human damage with 350 DP.
Yeah.
So, because those guilds are insane.
Obviously, that person obviously doesn't know what we were doing. We went to T1s because we wanted to meme around while we were waiting to transfer GM, and we specifically lost every single war because if we won a node, we'd have to wait even longer to transfer GM.
Excuses, dude. Just kidding. All right, let's move on. This one's getting long.
Yeah, I was gonna just point out. I think I've said it on the podcast before, but I like 2 weeks before the CC change happened, I rerolled from warrior to wizard. So time of my life, dude. I literally watched warriors like break themselves down in tears because their class was getting destroyed, and I was just sitting in the corner on wizard like.
Yeah, just you still got your super armors intact, kind of shit. And
Yeah, the only thing was I couldn't hellfire anymore. That was the only thing that changed for me.
Yeah.
Where was I? Laggy Skills. Laggy Skills says, "Hey, I think I hit soft cap or close to it. I'm at 257, 261, 296 Musa. Tet weapons, Tet boss armor, Tet tri accessories. Took me forever to get here. I now realize that I need like 5 to 10 billion silver for any single upgrade, and I want to die. Do you guys think it is a bad/good idea to save 1 billion at a time and try my luck at enhancing them from base to Tet, mostly talking about accessories? I can't see myself saving all that money to buy an item straight up, and I'm sick of grinding polys, and I hate Mantrons because of how spread out the mobs are, and the quantity seems kind of low. Also love listening to the podcast. It makes the time at work fly by super fast, so thanks for continuing to do them."
So regarding enhancing, I think you have to split. I think you have to do half and half. This is how I've done it forever to keep myself sane. If I enhanced everything, I think I would have lost my mind. If I waited to buy everything, I would have lost my mind. But I split it up. I would enhance one thing, and then I'd save up and buy the next to take a break from enhancing, and then I'd enhance the next thing, and then I'd take a break and buy one, and back and forth. So I recommend that method. If you have pretty good luck enhancing from base, I feel like that's like the key. If you can get duos, pry and duo easily, then maybe enhancing is not a bad idea. For me, like, I have really good success on try and really good success on tet, and I cannot get duo for the fucking life of me. By the way,
Duo is the worst.
I got a duo distortion the other day, and I wanted to just sell it. And my friend coerced me into hitting it to try, and it failed. And I felt like I lost my whole life. I wanted to cry. I was like,
Yeah.
no, there goes 2 bill for nothing.
Yeah, those distortions, they really hurt the bank.
Yeah, so I would split it up. Saving up, you want to have a little bit, man. Like if you go, I think you're gonna make yourself crazy too. If you're going the enhancement method, if you like only grind enough silver to buy exactly what you need to do one attempt, and then you fail and have to go back to grinding, I think that that's miserable. If you can save up a little bit of materials and stacks and do a bunch of enhancing at once, I think is a lot better. Honestly. But that's just my opinion. How do you guys do it?
I mean, I personally enhanced all my weapons up. The armor, there was a couple pieces I bought at Tet, but everything else I did myself, including my accessories. I don't think I bought my accessories at all for any of them. So yeah, I think I did them all to Tet, except for my earrings. Obviously, aren't Tet yet. But yeah, I did them all to myself, and I mean, it's not for everybody. I don't have the best luck with enhancing. I mean, it is what it is. It's to each his own. Some people like the long grind. I don't like grinding in general, so I kind of just like scrounge whatever cash I can, buy an accessory, hope for the best. So I don't know. Yeah, it worked for me, but it took me years to get to what gear I have. So some people got there a lot shorter by just doing the grind and saving up and buying it, or just constantly enhancing and grinding more often than I did. But I can't no life this game, so
Yeah. Roslar, how'd you get your Ted Ogre?
Good meme. Fun fact, I went for another Ted Ogre the other day. You want to guess what happened?
It failed.
Yeah.
I know for sure
Who
it
would've
failed, or
guessed?
you would have messaged me.
I mean, who would have thought? You know, it says like 30% chance to go through. You'd think after, I don't know what I'm at, like 9 attempts now, I would have it. But I'm still here.
I succeeded on my first Tet distortion attempt, which I bought straight up with silver.
All right,
100%.
I'm taking your band. I'm taking your band out of the description.
100%. No, I didn't enhance it. I bought it. It cost me 16 bill, dude, or 16.5 bill or something.
So I'm in the mindset of buy everything. The only reason I tried to enhance that Ted Ogre recently was because I literally got it for free. Because I got a duo ogre from Shakatu, decided to just go for it on TriStack and got it. Contemplated whether to sell it or to go for it. Ultimately decided it's basically free anyway. Just go for it, and it failed. But normally, for the past several months, I've been in a buy-only attitude, and I think that's the way to go, honestly.
You should have croned it, dude.
No, I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Bob Joe says, I've seen Kendrick Tamar hit a 28 kill ult versus Vexus and a few other guilds. He's also got Stormtrooper and Siege without ever leaving his horse.
Yeah, Kendrick Tamar on a Doom Horse is actually the reason why a Doom Horse needs to be removed from the game.
Mm-hmm. Dude, well, you're not in Cozy anymore, but Rehab, dude. Fucking Rehab.
Yep.
Rehab has legitimately at least like 5 people with Doom Horses that just run around all fucking day on their goddamn horses. It's so frustrating. Like, it's the most cancer thing I've ever experienced in my life, fighting that fucking guild. I can't stand it. And of course, like, I don't want to get into it. Fucking just remove Doomhorse from the game, honestly.
It does. It has, for me anyway, it's been less cancer since the stun change. That stun was so busted.
I mean, yeah, I guess, you know. if you'd rather lose a finger or lose your dick, I'd rather lose my finger, but I'd prefer not to lose either, honestly.
I'd rather lose my dick because I can't grind without a finger.
What? I feel like you find a way or work around it.
I'm just gonna avoid this conversation entirely.
I guess I wouldn't be able to grind without my dick either.
Okay, I don't want to get into that. Bono No says yellow PK best I have seen. So see, someone agrees with you, Frosty.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think yellow is good.
Kelly Zeregby says Laven or yellow for ninja.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to put Laven up there?
No, I don't think he's one of the best, but I think he's a solid ninja.
You're just salty. You're just salty because he thinks Kuno's OP.
That alone should disqualify him.
General Death says Blizzard didn't renew my contract to make an appearance for Diablo 4, Frosty. Sorry to let you down. Also confirmed you hate me with that ending comment. No wonder you and Sammy hunt me in wars. Nice podcast as usual. That's General Moores.
We don't hunt you, we hunt people with bows.
Yeah, it's just an archer thing. Don't take it personally.
Yeah. Yeah, General Death is going to be one of the act bosses in Diablo 4.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
Spectral
They better freaking incorporate Necromancer as one of the 5 classes they're releasing. If they don't, I'm gonna be so upset.
No, it's not Necro. They said the 5 classes and that they're pretty sure in some Q&A. It's going to be Sorceress, Barbarian, Druid, Amazon, and Paladin.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why
Now,
are they doing Necro so wrong?
But they said they're going to add more after. It's just that's their initial target is those 5 on launch.
I don't want to be one of those.
Spectral has 3 comments here about 3 different classes.
Okay.
Says Diamond for best Sork ever and Incapacitate for second.
Okay.
He says Time Bomb and Ander for Ranger.
I actually haven't really seen Ander PvP, but Time Bomb is very good. Yeah.
And Kyrene and Triva for Musa.
Yeah, I've never seen Triva. I would like to see them. Probably very good.
Studio Bank puts some really fucking weird emoji that I think is supposed to be a smiley face with one eyebrow raised. I think. Is that what this is supposed to be? I don't know what I'm looking at.
I think it's they spilled their coffee while trying to comment.
I don't know what I'm looking at. And Kelly Zeregby says first. So congratulations, Kelly Zeregby, for being first.
Congrats. Cool.
All right. That's it. That's the end of the comments.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Make sure you comment on this video. Make sure you upvote, like, share, tweet, Instagram, whatever. Share in your Discord, share in World Chat,
Instagram.
Server Chat, your Guild Chat, whatever the hell.
Make sure that that one disliker, you don't forget this video.
Yeah. Make sure you dislike this one as well.
Make sure you put at least 1 thumbs down on all of our videos. Make sure there's at least 1 thumbs down on all of Nayashe's videos.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Make sure there's 2 thumbs down on all of Nayashe's videos. And
It's getting bad.
join the Discord.
Nayashe, do you wanna plug anything? Are you streaming Arcade? What are you doing?
I've been busy with work and whatnot, so I haven't been streaming the last month basically. So I need to get back into streaming, but I haven't streamed Arcade at all.
Oh, it feels bad. All right, if you see Nayashe in Arcade, harass him and tell him to come back to BDO because he needs.
Dude, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, Besane Mewa," all the time. I run into people all the time.
Do you reply not anymore because you play a tab target game?
Oh,
feels bad, dude.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Wait, what class do you play on that game?
Death Wish.
Of course, dude.
I was thinking about getting the short spears too, but no.
It's not a Mewa, let's just say that.
It's a mobility class. That's not true. It's a mobility class.
It's a
Is
busted
Maywa a
class.
mobility class?
Maywa's a mobility class.
See, that's the thing. Most Maywas will tell you we don't have enough stamina to move. We're stuck
Yeah,
in
all I
place.
ever hear from Maywas is how they can't move.
They just
Drives me nuts, dude. You know what you need to do?
They
If
don't
you want to be able to move, I was just looking at this. Go to the title. You need to get all your world titles, combat title, life skill, and fishing titles. And you get a little bit extra stamina for that. Max stamina increase. Mine's at 50.
do you really?
Yeah, mine's at 50 plus 50, and my progress is only 38%. If you get that to 100%,
Wow.
it's probably like plus 75, dude.
That's OP.
Mhm.
That's another chase.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm at,
not
I'm at
exactly. It's
50.
3/4 of a chase.
I'm at 50 stamina as well. Look at that.
Also,
Actually,
in about
yeah.
4 or 5 weeks, if someone could please min-price a 10 distortion for me, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. We're done. We're done. Everybody go home. Thanks for being here. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. This is the outro. We should be fading out. Goodbye.
You're mine.